And we're live.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Blades in the Dark, another one-shot. Tonight, we are going to be jumping in. We played one before, and we're going to be jumping into a few of our characters that we've had before, but we also have a new character joining. We're going to be doing the same crew, but we're going to add some different stuff to it. For introductions, my name is Corey Hickson. You can find me on Twitter. My pronouns are he, they, and I think we'll do introductions for everyone, but could all of you also introduce your characters a little bit? Tell us a little bit what they look like, what's their alias, and let's pass it off to Kyle first, whichever direction that is.
All right. So my name is Kyle. I use he, him pronouns. I will be playing Dark Dust tonight, who's a big old man, big beefy man, somewhere north of 6 feet tall, and surprisingly quick on his feet for such a muscular individual. And he's keeps his hair cropped very, very short and wears a long overcoat.
Sweet. Let's pass it off to Alex G.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alex G. I am playing Biddy. She is a 6'1" giant hulking female, and if she's ever without a scar or a bruise, it's probably been a very boring week, and she wants nothing to do with it.
Sweet.
And she's kind of just the bruiser, dumb one of the group.
Cool. Matt, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I'm he, him pronouns, and my character Twelves is also he, him pronouns. I don't really remember what I said he looked like, but I'm going to say he's got, like dark hair, and it's tight and slicked back. He's a well-dressed man. He's a noble in this fallen world, and he likes to do a little crime every now and then.
Cool. And we have a new player for this setting. Alexis, do you want to tell us about yourself and your character?
I am Alexis. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Banshee, also she, her pronouns. And she has this long, kind of wild-looking tousled hair. Part of it is half done up in like this messy bun with some bones stuck into it, and she's wearing all dark clothing with this corset and all kinds of jewelry all over her, and this makeup, basically a lot of this. And she's has an odd attunement with the spiritual world.
Awesome. So, since Blades in the Dark is something that we're doing, this is new to us. We're doing learning as we play. We're also learning the setting as we play. I want to give an introduction for those who are new to it and aren't familiar with the sort of essentials of what the setting actually is. So, the city is called Duskfall. And within this city, you can imagine a very industrial London pulled in with parts. Yeah, we've got a really awesome backdrop on Kyle's there. Different parts of Venice and Italy, the very nice architectures, but it's also very supernatural. So ghosts go among the street. They're basically a common occurrence, but there's lots of different eldritch secrets that can be found, witches, that kind of thing, very spooky. The city itself is contained within this giant lightning wall that is fueled by demon blood, because why not? And the reason why this is because over 1,000 years ago, there was a cataclysm, which essentially took out the world and left tiny city, well, not tiny cities, but cities like this, having to close themselves off from the strange eldritch gods that have essentially landed on the earth and desecrated it. In addition to that, during the cataclysm, most of the sun has gone out, so it's almost always nighttime. We switch between twilight and dusk, and all these things combined together make for a very excellent city to be filled with crime. Yeah. That's sort of the gist of it. I wanted to mention that since this can be a darker setting, we probably won't get into that too much, but we can use the X card if we need to. I have the chat open for Zoom, so players, if there's anything that you think is something you don't want to get into, just put an X in the chat and we can go fix that. Talk about it, make whatever adjustments we need, and also we can play with the veil and the line. So if something is something we don't want to get into but maybe have narratively there, we can put it behind the veil, and we can also draw lines on stuff if we so desire. I think we can jump into it unless I'm forgetting any introduction stuff. I think that's it. Cool. So we did have one follow-up thing to do from our last one-shot, and essentially what happened is we did some downtime actions in between our two games, and the reason why we do downtime actions is because in between scores you get these abilities to spend your time on certain things, and during Biddy's indulging of your vice, there were some entanglements that happened, and
Yeah, there was.
do you want to give us a little bit of just a glimpse and tell us some of the things from that if you're interested?
So, I was... Listen. I went out, and I went to my usual places, and I just wanted to blow off some steam, and I went and I had a few drinks, and there were these dudes, and they obviously didn't know what they were doing with all the ladies around, and I just had to fix that. And they got a little bit, what do you say, a bit of shitheads, and I had to teach them a lesson, and they didn't like it. I enjoyed it quite much. I enjoyed the rest of the evening quite much, for being honest. But, so there might be a little bit of heat on me. I don't know. There's,
Right.
It happens. It's nothing I can't handle.
So what we don't see is these dudes that you essentially beat up and beat the crap out of. They started chatting, and they've started spreading some rumors, and I've added a clock to your character called Rumors About Biddy. And
no.
the thing about these rumors, though, is because your crew has begun having these demonic influences, these rumors are also supporting some of the demonic influences that have been sort of bound with your crew. So it wouldn't be that strange for when that clock finishes for a few people to think that you might be part demon yourself, potentially. So we've got some things that are gonna
I'm
happen
strangely
here.
okay with it.
Cool. Is there any...
You're not the only one who gets caught up in demon things. I have a tattoo of a snake that may be relevant to that exact sort of situation.
Yes. Yeah, we've got a clock for that as well, I think. Which I
Yes,
really
we
enjoy.
do. Cursed and marked by Satara.
Does anyone want to tell us a little bit about Satara from our last one? Because the context is going to be important for this one. I can guarantee it.
I remember that Biddy and I beat the shit out of her.
Yep.
Shit out of a demon queen.
Yeah, we did.
Had an arrangement with one of our other crew members who sadly will not be with us on this particular run, but we have hopes in the future. And apparently, in order to kind of manifest her enough that we could kick her ass, I had to, let her manifest a little bit on me. But then, my friend Biddy here, we're like the Bash siblings. Exactly. As I recall, you took a 2x4 and whacked the partially manifested spirit demon upside the head.
Yeah, it's my manner stick.
She had to learn some manners. That's right.
Awesome. So, is there anything else from our downtime that people wanted to maybe mention? Anything they wanted to add into that? Otherwise, I think that was the big piece.
I'm the only one that screwed up.
Yeah, I reduced the heat on the crew, which is not the same as the heat on Biddy, and I did a little bit of training, as I recall.
Yep. Awesome. So,
I indulged my vice at exactly the correct amount.
Well, as I understand, you had so much stress that it would have been difficult for you to overindulge.
Exactly. It's just had a lot going on.
Yeah. For those curious, when we rolled Biddy's indulgence roll, if you go over your stress, you overindulge, and that was the outcome of why we saw some of those things happen.
Nice.
I was just so excited. I just was like, I want her to indulge. She hasn't been able to yet.
Yeah.
It's a shame that I wasn't there to have your back. But next time.
I mean, this is all I came out with, so it's like,
That's fair,
You should see the other guys.
Indeed.
That's right.
Awesome. So,
to be clear, Dark Dust does not have the beard, but he does have a super nasty scar across one eye.
I love it. So, when we play Blades in the Dark, we sort of switch between these different game modes. We have our free play mode, which we're going to sort of go into, and we'll talk about things. We'll maybe do some planning. And after that, we have a score, which we're going to do. And this is the main action that we'll jump into. And there's a roll for that that'll get us started. And then after, at the end, we've got some wrap-up stuff. But for our free play, I wanted to do sort of a player view of some of the things that are happening in Duskfall. And it's going to be in the future, so there's going to be a few different pieces. But one thing I really like to bring into games is, this game has flashbacks and flash forwards, and time is...
Yeah.
It moves around. Exactly. I really like to bring in a character who is kind of almost omniscient a little bit and start them off where they say a few things about things that might be happening in Duskfall or might be happening. So we see this character, the narrator, and they're on a rooftop in Duskfall. And the narrator is with their companion, and they begin to speak to them about the situation in Duskfall. And they say, threads were weaving, they're spinning together and creating bonds. It's really quite interesting to see. And the smugglers' lives, they're going in and around each other, building upon the different characters that they are. But I've seen a dark string begin to weave amongst their threads. And they pause for a second and think. And they continue on to say, she who slays in the dark, serpentine demon from the jealous unknown, Sitara, has found purchase in the threads of the smugglers. Her thread has slithered and screamed out with pain and jealousy into the pattern that they have begun to weave themselves. And these screams have not gone unheard throughout Duskfall. they take a moment to just sort of relax and breathe. And they change topics very curiously, and they say to their companion, "Song is a curious thing. Music holds power that can take our souls out from our chest to soar across our twilight sky. And when we sing, our hearts beat the same way." Ink knew this. And Matt, I adjusted one of the names on your friends list, so you now have Ink as a person you know.
I see that, thank you.
And we see this scene where 12s is out doing noble things, whining, dining, being fancy and luxurious. And we see this character who is taller, a bit slender, and they are walking by. They're a part of the group that the nobles have essentially hired to host parties and stuff. And they give you this sort of side glance as they're walking past. But we hop back to the narrator, and they say, "Ink knew the power of song, and their heart was strong. Furthermore, Ink heard the screams of Sitara." And we see this other scene a little bit later where Ink is in their loft getting ready, and the garments that they wear are very mobile. It's sort of like this binded cloth that goes up and around them, and as they're getting ready, they put this ring onto their finger, and they sort of push back their short wintry hair, and lastly they look into the mirror before leaving their loft and say, "Today a demon falls." And they continue out of their loft, and they start to hum to themselves. And lastly, we see snow begin to drift down over Duskfall. So, with that in mind, let's figure out what the crew is doing. So, we're going to take a look at their typical score that they do. They're a smuggling crew, and we chatted about some of their moonshine exploits that they do. And for this part of the game, we can figure out some planning, some preparation that we want to do, and ultimately, on your character sheets, we're going to choose one of the plans on how we want to attack that. But I will open it up. What are people's thoughts? Tell me about the moonshine smuggling that you do, and tell me a bit about that.
Well, I come from a family of sailors, and not necessarily just the sailors who are engaged in activities that the man approves of, if you follow what I'm saying. And so, sometimes it's that the moonshine is maybe got a little bit of extra ingredients to it. Sometimes just don't feel like paying the taxes on it, and got to get past them revenuers. And that's where that comes in. Although, sailing in this world is a little bit extra dangerous once you get outside the, what would you call that? The anti-eldritch horror field?
When you go into the Deathlands.
The Deathlands, yeah. That thing.
Sounds like home.
Sounds like a game. Sounds like fun.
So, yeah, that's the whole part of the thing is, what turns the profits so we can, and occasionally we might do a little bit of tippling and enjoying the actual cargo ourselves. Maybe not all of it makes it to its destination. If you know
We do a little bit? Just a little bit?
I mean, nobody ever said that Dark Dust was afraid of a little bit of drink.
I'm pretty sure you and Biddy are having like competitions as to who's going to go blind first in the bowels of our ship.
You know, I haven't yet gone blind in a number of ways, so it's fine.
Awesome. What kind of preparations do each of your characters do before you do your typical smuggling run?
I mean, it depends. I'm dropping the Scottish, by the way, guys. I'm just gonna drop my voice if that's cool because it's too hard. It depends on what vehicle we're using. Are we gonna be using our cart? Are we gonna be using our boat? It depends on how we're gonna transport it. Some of them, I'm sure, are gonna be by the port. I'd be probably rigging up some crates with false bottoms.
Yeah.
Hauling out some stuff.
Yeah. I'm imagining that the Moonshine probably comes in through the docks, and that's maybe the starting point. And maybe there's a carriage that you take or something to another location in the city, possibly. If that sounds good, or if there's other ideas.
I mean, we have a barge, and there's, we're kind of in the canals of the city and such like. So I think that makes sense. I don't recall. Do we have additional, kind of hired hands and so forth on the barge? Is that how that works, or it's just the those of us who are represented here and potentially our additional friend who's not able to be part of this particular run?
Yeah. Right now, it's just those of you who are here. Once your crew gets a bit more reputable, people will start joining in and doing some of that work for you.
I got you.
Yeah, I think that makes sense that that you sort of boat through the city. So on your character sheets, there's the planning and load section.
Okay.
And one of the options is transport, which is probably what this is. But if you want to do a different approach, that's totally a thing that we can do. How do we feel about those options?
Is the point of this one to deliver a load of moonshine? Is that what we're working on here?
It could be. Probably. We could also jump to a slightly different part of this process. We can really look at what we're most interested. But I was imagining it would be a delivery, essentially.
I'm perfectly happy to take that.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
So-
12.
Nothing. Sorry, I was just. Who are we delivering it to?
That's a good question. What kind of people do you sell to? I think we chatted a little bit about some of the seedier bars, but that option is wide open.
I don't know. It depends on how badass do we want to be.
Hmm.
Do we want to deliver to like gangs and like is there a mob boss that just really likes moonshine?
Oh, yep. There definitely is.
I feel like the
Or
rich
perhaps
people like us.
I mean, it could also be this particular. The reason that it's forbidden is that those who are making use of it use this in their own rites and rituals and for some sort of dark things. And we don't get too, we don't ask a lot of questions. Take it to the people that are buying it, but maybe that's kind of the thing of it, is this is a particular kind that is used by those kinds of folks.
Maybe I know who to sell to.
Do you have a contact on your list, perhaps?
I do. I have a witch.
Oh, a witch who buys moonshine.
Why not? And maybe
Or is it-
I have a good idea as to what kinds of things that this moonshine can be used in.
Mm-hmm.
so I have a good idea of what how to market it, that kind of thing.
That makes me wonder, can ghosts drink this? Is this something that a spirit could have themselves?
I'm just gonna go ahead and answer yes.
Yeah, why not?
I mean-
That's the fun answer.
Who the hell's
we're
going
gonna
to
go
say
with
no to
yes.
something like that?
Okay. And how does this affect a spirit? Do they just get drunk? Is that...
It makes them corporeal for 60 seconds.
That's what I was thinking. It shifts
Yeah,
them a little
somewhat.
bit
Yeah.
out of the, what do they call it in Duskfall? The ghost field. It
Yeah.
shifts them a little bit into, out of that. Yeah, as our good friend says, spirits for the spirit.
Yeah.
Eh,
I like it.
Honestly,
the slogan?
that was the reason. That's what made me think of it. Honestly, so yeah,
Cool.
in the first place.
Biddy just carries things. Don't
Dark
worry.
Dust just
I'll
drinks
move
a
the
lot.
crate. And then
I
I'll drink.
decided to role play more effectively.
Awesome. Cool. So how we jump into this is we do the engagement roll, and we've got some questions we'll ask, and they'll probably make us think a little bit more about what's happening. So at the very beginning for the engagement roll, you get to start with 1 dice. And this roll will tell us how well things start off. Are you in a good position? Are you in a desperate position? It'll tell us a bit about that. The first question that I have for the group is this operation particularly bold or daring? And we can figure out reasons why it might be if we want to.
I feel like it's about normal for this city. I don't think it's particularly safe. I don't mean that it's just a milk run. But I don't think it's something totally insane where we're, stealing something out from under the nose of the city watch and taking it to, yeah. That's my thought. I don't know what the rest of you think.
I mean, it depends on who's, wanting it. If it's, if it's something that could be possibly dangerous, and...
Well, yeah, as I said, it's not a milk run. It's still dangerous.
All the best things in life are dangerous.
I know.
So if this spirit drank by a spirit allows them to become more corporeal, what happens to non-spirits? How does that corporealness affect them?
What if it works the opposite way if you're living?
All right, I just thought it made you
It
feel
helps you
more
attune.
I just feel like we're really trying to facilitate those ghost moments.
Yeah.
Where they just make pottery together.
Maybe you don't shift into the ghost field yourself, but you have more perception of what is
Right.
in.
Right.
And
You
that itself
always-
can be risky because, if you start to see the horrors around you, it might.
That's right. That's
Can
right.
can you normally see the ethereal plane at all?
Not usually. That would be something that Alexis's character could probably do. It would be a roll to check it out.
So could
Yeah,
this?
that's what I
So
just-
maybe this could help them commune better. Maybe this.
I'm gonna drink so much of this moonshine, guys. It's already happening. It's going to happen.
I'm okay with this. Like if a spirit can get it, they're able to become a little bit more solid and visible. And
Yeah.
if a normal person gets it, then when they drink it, they can see shit. And it's awesome because it's a little trippy and it's like a cool gag for the big parties. Maybe some rich people want it. They were, why don't we try something different tonight? And then they
Right. But you might want to be careful as to where and when and how much
Yeah.
you're drinking.
hey man, that's not our problem. We just deliver the shit.
That's
Don't
right.
ask too many questions. They want it, they can have it. And maybe that's why some people use it for their rituals, because that allows them to commune more effectively with the spirit that is also itself partaking.
Biddy tried it once. It freaked her out.
Okay. Awesome. So the next question is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
Are these connections that we've already made? Like, are these people, like, are we delivering an order or are we trying to sell it?
I think that we're delivering an order. Yeah, I think that maybe that's why we have. What's your name? Ink?
Ink
No,
is the
I'm Banshee.
Banshee.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Maybe
12's
that's
got
why
a connection with
Banshee.
an ink.
That's where Banshee comes in on this. Is that Banshee knows these people?
Right.
Yep,
That makes sense.
I like that. So we have to.
Have strange friends in strange places.
I got strange friends
In strange
places.
Places.
Where the moonshine rolls and the ghost faces up between. Okay, cool. Should have been a bard.
I love it. So
No, just drunk.
I was like, oh, I get to play a ghost bard. Done.
If ever there was just one personality for Alexis, ghost bard.
It's like, where's the bard option? Where's the compel option? I should pick that.
That's so. For those watching who are not familiar with Blades in the Dark, basically every class is a variation on a rogue. There's like the stealthy rogue. There's the occult rogue. There's the bard rogue. There's the beefy rogue, like our friend Biddy here. Like literally, everybody is some form of a rogue mixed with something else. It's just part of the game.
yep.
Always been my dream.
We're all criminals here.
That's right.
I mean, never not.
So part of the plan that we have to figure out is the route, and I think the route is just canals in the city. I'm pretty sure. Is there anything?
close-
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, closer to the harbors, closer to Sparkplug. Sparkplug. Sparkplug.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, but at the same time, that might be where it gets a little complicated. Is where we have to offload it. Maybe there's a little bit like the destination is not right on a canal. Maybe there's
Yeah.
some kind of like smuggler tunnel or something like that where you have to kind of, go in to it and maybe go like kind of you're sailing a little bit underground for a little bit of a distance,
Yep.
something like that.
That would be really cool.
Yep. You
What I love about you, Biddy, player,
Yeah.
is everything. She's like, yes, make it more, make it more, make it extra.
Make it more. Make it bagels.
I'm good with
Grab it like you stole it.
extra.
Yeah, what a surprise.
That doesn't sound anything like me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither of us likes extra.
No, I didn't buy special effects makeup from Amazon yesterday. Nah.
One of the suggested
I
ways.
just raided my closet.
Ooh, I love it. One of the suggested ways that the book says is you should play your character like you're driving a stolen car, which I think is
that's what. See, I said drive it like you stole it, and I didn't even realize that was in the book.
yeah.
Beautiful.
I just am
Epic.
this is the quietest I've ever seen Matt in my life.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's giving me the itchies.
The heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies. Because I feel like he's waiting for something.
I feel like he needs a cup of coffee.
He's cooking something. I don't know what it is. He's up to something. He is plotting. He isn't plotting.
When is he not plotting? Have you met him?
Do crime.
I'm really not scheming. I'm just having a quiet moment over here. Don't mind me.
You just have resting scheme face.
The BK do crime just runs so deep.
Yeah,
that
that's
you're
right.
just always plotting.
Yeah, that's right.
Resting scheme face.
Cool.
That's right.
So the next question that we've got for the group is: does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? And this is kind of a weird question.
Well, I think. Okay, now the second part of it will be weird. but the first part of it makes sense.
Yeah.
If it's like making, like we're having to use a route that they normally keep like secret, and so if we were just followed in there, it would be it would expose them in some way. So I think if we're using some hidden route into their cultist lair to deliver them the means for their rituals, if the bluecoats, the law enforcement in this city, if the bluecoats do track us in there, it's not going to be good for them.
Well, they wouldn't expose their lair. This is Biddy having her one clear thought of the day. Wouldn't they probably meet us at a drop site as opposed to here, deliver the goods that are super, super illegal to the heart of our epicenter? Like,
I think the location
make sense.
is like an off-site that they pick up deliveries from, essentially.
So we might be exposed.
Yes.
Or also, it might be that, we know that we have something that they need.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
could be
The
exposed
price
in
has
terms
just
of
gone up.
need. Yeah.
I'd like to do a roll here to see maybe a gather information roll to figure out which parts of these are actually true and accurate. 4 rolls. What we're going to do is we're going to figure out how we determine this. We'll pick one of the actions from the character sheet, and I'll switch our Roll20 view over in a second. And we've got a few questions that we can pick from. They're on the bottom of your character sheet at Gather Information. But who's going to lead this up and try and learn about this?
Learn? Biddy's out.
I would like to know what do.
What do?
I'm sorry. I'm struggling.
What do?
What do?
What do they want most? That's my question.
What do, pussycat?
But it sounds like you're,
Whoa.
Corey, if I understand right, you're kind of asking who is so. I have a little bit of ability in terms of gathering information about a target's location and movements. Mm-hmm. Somebody might be, even better prepared for it than I am, but certainly I've got some ability in that.
I imagine this is probably a consort role unless there's a different approach to it.
Okay, I was thinking.
I can consort.
Oh, go for it.
Great, because that's not me.
I'm
getting flashbacks to last time. It's happening again.
Oh no. I'm looking at all these questions. How can I hurt them? Easily. Who's most afraid of me? Everyone.
So what's happening here? I'm rolling to consort. Is that what we're doing first?
Yeah, I just want to see how you're getting this information, or like how true it is, or how accurate things are.
What's the position?
It'll be risky and normal effect.
Standard?
Yep, standard.
Such standard.
No bonus dice, right?
So you could push yourself or ask for a devil's bargain.
What is this?
Always going
Just
to
start it off
suggest-
with the devil's bargain.
Let's
do
just
it.
do the devil's bargain. Let's do it.
Okay.
My
You
servant's like a
stole
demon.
this
I
car.
don't know what's going on. So.
All right. So for those who are watching, a devil's bargain is an option that you can take where you hear an offer. If you accept it, it comes true, but you also get an extra dice. So I think the devil's bargain here... I think the devil's bargain is that the information they give you means that you have to go through a pretty public place to properly do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Still short.
So you get 1 bonus dice.
Oh, to get the information.
No. Their information is going to lead you to a situation where your route has spots that are very open, essentially.
Let's do it for the bonus die. Going in. Yeah.
Cool. So, for this, we take the top roll. So we got a 5 is our highest. On a 4 or a 5, we get a partial success. So I'm just going to read off a little bit of what I'm reading so that everyone can sort of know. It says, on a 4 or 5, you do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you have reduced effect, or you end up in a desperate position. So since this is for gathering information, which of those questions do you want to focus on for answering this? Because that'll sort of inform the complication.
We're gathering information about the people we're delivering it to?
Yeah, or how you want to deliver it, or any part of it.
Gotcha. I'm gonna say, well, I'm just gonna say, what do they want most?
What do?
Yeah.
What do?
What is this?
What do?
What do?
Okay, so you learn that the thing that the people you're selling to, what's the witch's name again? I'm gonna write that down.
Let me see here.
That's
Quellyn.
Quellyn.
Or Kellen.
Kellen.
Quellyn.
Awesome.
Keelan.
Keelan?
Keelan?
I don't know.
So Keelan's the thing that
It's Keelan now.
I picked the thing I heard most recently. The thing that Keelan wants the most is a nice, clean drop off. Everything fine, no problems. They get the spirits, you get the money, all is good. They're very straightforward witch.
So we're delivering to a witch?
Which witch?
I mean, that makes sense considering
A Twitch.
what we're using it for.
Okay.
Okay, so this hops all the way back to the original question of, does it expose a vulnerability? I don't think so. I think it's... We learned a bit more about it, but there's not a particular vulnerability. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? The thing I'm thinking about the most is bluecoats probably hang around the docks looking out for this thing.
Okay.
And bluecoats are not.
They're the law enforcement.
No, they're not. Are they really upstanding, or
No.
can anybody's palms be greased?
Oh yeah, they.
This city?
Yes,
Then I'm not terribly worried about them.
they're criminals themselves.
Yeah,
I mean,
I feel like as
but-
long as they're getting a piece of the action, they'll turn an eye.
Like
I'm not-
you
I'm
may
not
recall
too
that
worried.
last time we ended up using talking to a blue coat, or at least Dark Dust went and talked to a blue coat with whom he had a bit of a past
Yeah.
to help us out a little bit.
Yeah. Cool.
That's right.
Matt said something.
That's right.
That's right.
The one thing I'll add, though, is I know that Ink has special preparations for this. And, yeah. There's some...
Why is my servant like this? What is happening?
They're just getting ready
Oh,
for...
yeah, because they're like the one that's against me, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yes, that's the rival.
They're the down arrow.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I have a. Yeah, okay, that's right.
Oops.
We each have a friend and a nemesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, and he's a servant. He's not my servant, apparently. Or if
Wait,
he is,
is
I'm in
my-
I
trouble.
wonder if he's a servant to my nemesis, who is a noble.
Is my down arrow still my down arrow? Didn't I patch things with him last time?
I think you did.
Is your
So,
bottom still your
do
bottom?
I no longer?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Matt's back!
It's a down arrow.
Yeah, that's the map we've been waiting for all evening.
I'm allowed to be
Correct.
quiet.
Do I no longer have a
No,
bottom?
not as such.
I think they're still there, and it tells us the history of where you came from, but it's totally okay that you've brought them onto your side.
Okay. I was like, I didn't know if I needed to pick another down arrow.
No, you're good. Rivals don't just magically appear as you deal with them, although I kind of want that to happen now.
I mean, that's fair.
Okay, so there are particular defenses, so that brings us from 1 dice down to 0. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight? I think that's a definite yes for this one, because
I'm an extortionist as a
Ooh.
friend.
I have a blue coat on my side.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Cool.
okay, I think there's definitely a handful that say yes. So you get your dice back. Are there any enemies or rivals interfering in this operation?
There might be.
See, what I love about this
See?
is that these two here want to answer yes, and I mean this sincerely that I love this. I'm not being sarcastic. Yes to everything.
See, here's the thing, though.
Here's the thing, though.
I kind of don't have a great relationship with Flint, who is a spirit tracker. Or trafficker, I mean. And I feel like the Moonshine probably helps him with the trafficking.
I just
Okay.
beat up a lot of people.
So, I mean, do with that what you will.
It sounds like this servant person is against us, so that might not be terrific for us tonight.
Yeah, I was also going to toss in Sitara as just
Oh, God!
Oh, God.
I was hoping you'd forget about her.
No.
Maybe
like-
Flint will be my frenemy tonight? I don't know. What
So here's the thing. Dark Dust really doesn't understand a whole lot of like he's not quite as uninformed as Bitsy claims to be anyway. I have no idea if it's true or not. But he's like low key like intrigued by Sitara, so he's not like, oh, we gotta watch out. He's like, I mean, you do what you gotta do, right? So yeah, I think it may be that the spirit that's involved with the target is somehow not on good terms with Sitara. Maybe Sitara kind of doesn't want it to happen in some way.
Okay. I think the overall feeling is that there's probably some people that are going to get involved, which brings us back down to 0 dice. And in this game, when we roll 0 dice, we roll 2 and go and take the lower, just for mechanics-wise. Is there anything else that we want to consider for the engagement?
Do I have any recompense to worry about from some dudes I beat up?
I think they're too scared of you right now to reapproach. They're just going to be gossipy and do their thing.
Gossipy bitches.
They're mean girls now.
Oh. And on Wednesdays, they wear pink.
Yeah.
And the Grace, my friend, that doesn't give us an edge for anything.
I don't think she's particularly involved, but you can feel free to pull her in.
She's an extortionist? I always just assume that she has
She just always has info.
the info. She's like, knows, she's that one person from, she's Aubrey Plaza from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. She just knows everything. If not, I'm totally cool to let it go. I just didn't know if it was something that would give us. I'm just throwing it out there just in case there's an edge that I could play.
Yeah, I think you can bring Grace in, but if you bring her in, she's gonna maybe come up later. We could do a roll to figure it out, if you want. It's up to you.
Is it worth it? Because if it's not, I'll just let it go. Because that's one thing that we might not get a 1 on.
Yes. It would give you an extra dice if you brought her in, potentially. So.
Team, do we want to bring her in?
Yeah.
All
Better
right.
her than my blue coat buddy.
Okay.
Sure.
Who's she extorting for this information?
I love how he's like, okay, this is how you want to play it.
I just need to know a little bit of.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, honestly.
I'm gonna go into my storytelling brain.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that Grace works in a brothel.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say that Grace has her fingers on a lot of pulses. Yes, I'm sorry.
I'd say.
And
As it were.
maybe she has some friends in this inner circle. Friends. And, pillow talk, we're relaxed. She has info. I'm relaxed, she gives me info.
Okay.
Pat's like, yes.
Do you have to pay for this at all, or is it just
I think we're just old friends.
Okay. Let's do a roll then. Which action do you feel like you use to get this information?
From her?
Yeah.
My actions are horrible.
That's consort, isn't it?
I have 1 dot in consort.
Roll skirmish.
I was like,
You're gonna beat it out of her.
Peace was never an option.
okay, we're gonna wrestle. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, there's wrestling and then there's wrestling.
There's wrestling. She knows what wrestling is. I guess it's consort. I mean, I don't. We're just chatting.
Yep. We can do that. I like it.
Okay, so I'll hit consort.
Mm-hmm.
It's risky.
Yeah. Risky standard.
It's risky business.
It's business time.
Bonus dice.
Do you want to push yourself, or devil's bargain? I don't know if I have a devil's bargain right now. If I could think of one.
What? What'd you say?
You can get. You can push yourself with 2 stress to get an extra dice, or I can come up with a devil's bargain for an extra dice.
Do you want to come up with a devil's bargain? I haven't done one yet, so I'm a little bit curious.
Okay, I've got one in mind. If you want, you can get an extra dice. But Grace is also going to be chatting with the gossipy thugs that you beat up, and I'm going to move your clock up about the rumors for Biddy. She talks about you behind your back.
Corey's so good at this.
Damn it.
If you want.
I'm okay with it because I feel like if we're selling spirit liquor, it's just gonna help our street cred.
Okay. You get
All right.
extra dice, and I'm going to move your clock up 2 pieces.
Oh shit! All right, guys. I feel like she would just play into it. She doesn't care. Submit.
Oh,
Oh.
Was it bad?
it's
I
a
didn't see
2.
it.
Oh
Is it
no!
2? Shit!
Um,
That's why I asked. It's why I asked. All right.
I'm going to...
Here's the thing. The devil's bargain didn't even help.
Yeah. It rolled into a 1. So Grace is really unhelpful on this, and she doesn't want to get involved. She is purely interested in her business, and she's very comfortable with the amount of information that she has. And then afterwards, she just goes and talks about you behind your back.
She's very slowly turning into a down arrow.
Yeah, you've just swapped them.
I swapped them.
Oh
That Grace, she just lives for the drama.
She
no!
knows.
Betty!
All right.
It's always the pretty ones.
So we've got 0 dice on our engagement roll. Let's see what happens.
0 dice.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But we kind of... I mean, we had a hunch.
Was
We had
it-
a hunt.
Take the lowest result. That's good, right?
Are we rolling a disadvantage? I don't
You
understand.
are. So when you
Yeah.
have 0 dice, we roll 2 and take the lower of the 2.
That's
We wanted a high number.
Yeah.
Yes.
Higher is always better.
Oh no!
Six is an actual success. 4 or 5 is mixed success. 1 through 3 is failure.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness!
Oh
We have
no,
mixed
we've been
success
so
on-
good, guys. We haven't failed yet. We succeeded, and Nox got a beagle.
This is true. On a 1 to 3, you're in a desperate position when the action starts. So as we get ready and you're at the docks, you've acquired your goods that you're moving, you've set them into your ship, the Spark Bug. You're getting ready to go, and as you do, there's a blue coat that is off at the docks, and he gathers a bunch of people and says, "Stop that boat, they have contraband after them."
Ah, really? Come on, man.
What would you like to do?
Sail away.
I have ideas.
Good.
Oh,
What? What's your idea?
Let's just right off the bat. Can I compel a ghost to help us out?
Yep. You can do that.
can I set off a bomb?
Oh,
I mean, that's just an idea. We don't have to do that, but
I
that's the
forgot.
thing. I can try.
I forgot one small piece. We all have to choose the load that we're bringing with us. So 3,
Oh, yeah.
5, or
Right.
6. Don't worry about picking any of your items. As you want them, you choose them, essentially. Your
Right.
character
Okay.
has the magic bag that they pull them out of.
I'm thinking normal on this one.
Okay.
Took light this time.
Light.
The differences are light is you look like you're undercover, normal is you look like you're a person on a mission, and heavy is you're a person on a mission, but you're also slow from how much you're carrying.
I mean, we're on a boat. I look like I'm on a mission anyway. We're on a boat.
Take a look at me.
As I'm saying, let's see. Okay.
I'll go light. I think.
I have a question. Because now it's relevant.
Yep.
Did I
Uh-oh.
keep a beagle from last time, or did I just forget to delete the beagle?
No, Nox kept the beagle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you. I remember someone did. I will now delete this beagle because it counts against my load. That's why I was asking.
It does, yeah.
Am I ever really slowed? Can't I carry heavy shit? Isn't that a thing?
You can.
Oh, if I had taken the mule thing. Oh, no, that just means my load limits are higher.
I think the things that Biddy brings with them is proportionally heavy. Like you have your big weapon and those pieces. So you can take heavy. You're just going to be a bit slower still because you are proportionally taking heavy things for your character.
Yeah, I'm going to go to heavy. I was normal last time. I feel like heavy situation calls for heavy load.
Huh.
So, my goal tonight is just a torture mat.
Okay.
One of which I want to be a barrel of gunpowder.
Oh. Is that something... Are you trying to... Okay.
We're going to see how compel ghosts go, and then I'm going to make ghosts.
Okay. Yeah, so let's hop back to the ghost summoning.
Okay.
Tell us a bit about how you pull into the ghost field and summon things from it.
So first, I just take a swig at the moonshine. Apparently, this will help, so that I can kind of get the lay of the land a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pick and choose who I think will be the most helpful for this endeavor, and anybody around. And my eyes roll into the back of my head, and I just sort of hold my arms out and says so I attune to the ghost field to force a nearby ghost to appear and obey a command that I give it.
Yep. So we can do our attune roll. and see what the results are. Yay! First Blades in the Dark roll for you.
Yay! Okay, what do I do?
So click on the word attune on your character sheet, and it'll give you a
Yes.
pop-up.
Fun. What's my position?
So that's a really good question.
We said we're desperate at the start, right?
Yes, so this is desperate. The nice thing about
no.
desperate is you're going to get to mark experience after this roll. Any desperate rolls
Ooh.
give you experience.
Fun. Okay.
And what I want to know for the effect is how scary is this thing you're summoning? How much terror are you bringing? Keeping in mind that your allies are the closest people to you.
Right.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Good point.
Wait, we're also affected by this?
Yep.
I
It's not like
if the ghost decides that she's pissed at her, then she might take it out. It might take it out on one of us.
Yep.
I guess so. What I'd do is go to the furthest end of the boat first
Okay.
and make sure that I'm trying to summon it as far away from everybody that I know and as close to the people that I want
Yes.
to get messed with.
Yep.
I don't know if that changes anything, but that's what I'd like to do.
Yeah. And I think as you
And
go... Yep.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, as you go to the back of the boat, it is easier. They're out of sight, but you can see the blue coats are drawing their guns and stuff and getting ready as they chase after.
I'm screwed, guys. All right.
I got a thing.
Cool. All right. So, if this is how we're starting, I guess this thing is going to be probably pretty terrifying.
Okay.
I need these people. I need these blue coats to not be messing with us right now.
Okay.
Get out of my way.
Yep. I think this is going to be standard effect for this.
Okay. So desperate, standard.
Yeah.
Do I get any bonus from having that moonshine?
Mm,
Is this a flavor thing? Because I'm fine with if it's a flavor thing.
I think it's a flavor thing right now until we spend coin or something to codify it.
Cool. All right. So no bonus dice. I'm thinking yes.
So you got two options. You can take 2 stress to push yourself and get extra dice, or the devil's bargain is always the option that's there.
Don't do it. It doesn't work. It's not worth it.
What is the stress payoff here? What happens when I get to a lot of stress?
So when you get to 10 stressed, your character suffers a trauma that brings them one step closer to being too traumatized to participate in crime. You can get 4 trauma total, but for our one shot, if you get 10 stress, that's sort of your character's narratively done.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Bring on
You
the
got
stress.
plenty of room.
Okay.
Bring on the stress. I take 2 stress. You said.
Yep, and you get a bonus dice.
That explains a lot about my
Uh-oh,
life.
my pop-up went away.
Yeah, Chase said the same thing I did. Is this game just in my life?
I got rid of my stress though, right?
You did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you got rid of so much.
You went too far.
Yeah.
So I take 2 stress to get 1 bonus die. Correct.
Exactly. Yep.
Cool. And then what else here?
And I think you should. I think it'll
That's
roll.
it then. Yes.
Yeah.
Now a roll.
Yep.
I got a 6.
Nice. So the great thing about a 6 on a desperate move is there's no desperate consequences. You just succeed. So you can mark 1 experience in resolve because you
Ooh.
did this. All right.
Badass.
Fun.
So you go to the back of the boat and you begin to pull these energies, and there's this cloud above the docks that begins to, it's between you and the blue coats, and it begins to spark and flash and pull out these different parts from the ghost field. And suddenly this spectral abomination just appears and begins wailing at all of the people at the docks. And it's basically set itself in between the boat and the blue coats, and they panic. They freak out.
Yes.
So as they are panicking and getting nervous, and this stuff is in between us,
Yeah.
what is the in this setting? What is the type of propulsion? Is what I'm looking for.
Electroplasmic energies make
Oh my
spark.
god, perfect. That is all I needed to hear. So
Yeah.
basically, talking about drive it like you stole it. Dark Dust, being a sailor by trade and background, basically just wants to floor it. Like this one goes to 11, full ramming speed, whatever, and just skid this thing out. It's like Duskfall drift.
Yep. Awesome. So you take off and you start heading towards your destination. And is there anything you're doing in particular while you're heading there on the boat? Or are you just sort of like coolly having the wind in your hair and everyone looks like a badass for this?
I'm putting the gunpowder away.
Oh no, definitely. At this point, his duster is just flowing behind him in the harbor breeze, and he's just got this big old shit-eating grin on his face because this is what he lives for.
Awesome. So as you continue going and you're heading down the canals, you begin to hear this voice that starts to sing. It's this very vocal, almost opera style singing. And in front of you, about, I want to say like a couple blocks away, you see this figure. It's Ink. And Matt, your character, would recognize them. And they are standing there in your path, hands out, ready. You have a moment, though, before anything happens.
Ink is in our way?
Yeah.
This is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. 12.
That's okay. Vial of slumber essence. Get the fuck out of my way, Ink.
Okay.
Do you want me to shoot her?
And Ink is in the way of the boat.
Ink is on the side of the canal, and your canal is about to go past that spot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Is there something that I can do while I am piloting the barge, handling a vehicle to try to accelerate past them as we're doing this to reduce the chance they cause some kind of trouble?
I think so. Let's start with the vial of slumber essence.
Yep.
A dose of slumber essence is sufficient to put someone to sleep for an hour.
Yeah, I don't know if I can like toss it. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Do you
you're
want
just
me
gonna
to
like.
toss it?
I'm gonna throw at their feet.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like it. Yep. Let's figure out what kind of roll that is.
I've got consort. No.
I was going to say, does 12s want me to throw it?
No, I'm gonna throw it. I've got wreck.
Mm-hmm.
That's like.
That's a thing.
Is that like skirmish, maybe?
It's handy for just a reminder, if you hover over the words,
Yeah.
it pops up with a little description
Oh.
of what they are.
Okay.
I think this is almost hunt. It's at a distance.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right.
Oh, attack with precision shooting from a distance. Okay. Yep, this is gonna be fine. I've got nothing.
It's gonna
Can't
be
wait.
fine. So it's at disadvantage. Keep that in mind.
It's also desperate.
It's not desperate yet.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because we got away from the guards. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
We're away from our desperate start.
Yeah.
So risky.
Risky. It's reduced effect though, because I know some stuff about ink that has prepared them.
Amazing. So that's limited.
Yeah. Unless you want to push yourself to bring it up to standard, or there's different
Sure.
options. Okay. Yep. 2 stress, and it's a standard
All
roll
the
now.
stress.
Okay. No bonus dice because I'm not taking a freaking devil's smoke for throwing a vial that's gonna miss anyway. So this is a disadvantage.
Desperado.
Hey! Nice!
Considering that could have gone much worse.
Could be a lot worse, yeah. Like, not perfect, but you know what?
Schwiggity what? 55. Schwiggity who? 55.
We're 5 by 5.
Aw,
Right.
be still my Buffy heart.
So, I've added a clock to the table. And this clock is an opening in Ink's defenses. I have a typo in there. There should be a comma. Uh-oh. Oh, this is gonna... There we go. Let's fix
Oh,
that.
God.
Grammar.
I
So-
appreciate you, Corey. I do.
Thank you.
Little brother.
With this, so you've got success at cost, and what this is going to do is this is going to move the clock up 2 pieces, and you whip this vial of slumber essence at Ink, and as you do, Ink holds out their hands towards the vial and lets out this very strong... They're continuing their song throughout this whole thing, and as they sort of push their voice, these jets of ice extend out of their hand onto the vial of slumber essence and toss it to the side.
Be still my archfey heart.
I'm gonna just say, get on out of here, Ink, when I toss that.
Get on out of here.
Yeah.
And so
Get on out of here.
the other part of this, the success it cost, is Ink looks at the canal and shoots their arms over and makes this giant ice wall appear in the canal that you're speeding towards.
Can I pull back out
Biddy, make boom!
the small cask of gunpowder?
Yes.
So as I was saying, and maybe we coordinate this a little bit, you and me, you know, we're like this.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we are
is-
Dylan and we are Predator.
Yeah, brother and sister. So, does it cover the whole canal, or is there any space past it at all?
They cover the entire thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to. I want to. So as I said, I was flooring it earlier.
Yes.
I want to pull back just enough to like time it so that when Biddy throws it is right when I kind of like try to bring us sort of a stop so that it gives a little bit of extra momentum to the throw and gives a little more time for it to explode in the ice before we go through it.
Okay, I like it. So this is going to be a setup roll, and how well you succeed will give Biddy increased effect, potentially.
All right. So
Um,
this is finesse for handling a vehicle.
I think so. That's a good
Okay.
one.
And would
Alright.
this be hunt for me?
I think probably, or wreck.
Yeah, I think it's wreck.
I have hunt, and I have skirmish. I do not have wreck yet.
Well, the thing in wreck is it says apply careful sabotage.
Or wreck an obstacle with savage force.
Yeah, but
Create.
as players, you always get to choose the action. It's your choice. I just get to adjust the knobs for how effective it is. So let's do the finesse roll to see.
So position risky or desperate?
I think you're back in a desperate position for.
Yeah, I think so too.
For
There's a
this.
whole ice wall in front of us.
Yep.
See, Alexis, I don't think shipwreck. I think the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. So,
Oh, okay, that one too. That's good.
so effect limited or standard?
Limited. Oh wait,
Yeah.
you have a special ability though.
I do.
I think your ability applies to this. So
I'm not affected when I bypass security measures.
So ink is a higher tier. That's why everything's going to be at reduced effect. So you don't have to care about that. Everything you do versus them is standard.
Oh, all right. Okay. Bonus dice. You know what? I'm willing to take a stress here.
Okay,
Or two. It's 2 stress, right?
2 stress. Unless someone
Yeah.
wants to help you out. Then it's 1 stress.
Can I help? Oh wait, no. In order to help, am I helping in like a finesse way? Because I have wreck, so can I help? That's what I was.
Right now I'm doing the fin. Right now I'm doing the yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Sorry.
Can I just go and like beat up the wall? Like, is that a thing?
I've only got 2 stress. I can take it. I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
Besides, what's the fun if you don't take stress?
You don't get to indulge.
Hey!
Nice.
Nice.
And because it was desperate, I still mark an XP. Is that right?
You do.
Cool.
All right. So I got a mixed success setting you up, whatever that means.
Yeah. I just want to grab. So on a desperate success, partial success, it's a bit more. It's a bit more spicy.
Nice.
You hesitate.
Spicy.
Whoops, no, I'm reading the wrong one. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer severe harm, a serious complication occurs, or you have reduced effect. I think as you begin doing this turn,
Duskfall drift, you mean?
Yes.
as you are drifting, ink,
Drifting
Duskfall
a barge. I'm sorry.
I love it so much.
it's good. Ink begins to shoot these icicles at you, and you're gonna take a level 2 harm of pierced.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Okay, so let's see. I'm looking on the character sheet for where I.
On the left side around the center.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because I'm already level. Okay, so pierced. So I'm tattooed and pierced. I mean, why not? But that means that now I'm at -1D.
So when
Already, oh no.
when you do stuff that the icicles will affect, you're gonna be rolling with 1 less dice.
For stuff that it affects.
Yeah, only for things that it's
Okay.
relevant to. And you can
All right.
choose to resist this if you want. That's always an option.
I mean, theoretically, we're going to get past this ice wall. Right?
Theoretically.
So, I mean, in theory, that's how much I believe. If I resist, how does the resist work?
So we would roll, for example, prowess, and you're going to take stress equal to 6 minus the highest dice you roll. Yeah. So if you roll
I'm gonna
6, you're going to do it?
I'm gonna just take the. So, I just want you said I take level 2 harm. Is that because I was already at level 1? Is that how that works?
I choose based off of how severe it is. So
Oh, okay.
I could throw it a level 3 harm just willy-nilly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. I'm gonna take the level 2 harm, and I'm at -1D for that whatever.
Yeah.
And so I guess I take some. Oh, God damn it!
Yeah.
Go, bitchy, go!
And Biddy, you get your moment to do this. I have a question. Where is this dynamite explosive coming from?
Well, I mean, listen. I am,
Do we need to
I've
go?
got-
Timbermans.
we're on our ship,
Yes.
so I have shit everywhere. Like, I can go over to that post over there, bang it, and a gun's gonna come out of it. Like, I have stockpiled the shit out of this thing.
Yep.
So I would assume I have plenty of barrels inside other barrels.
Okay.
And I would probably just put a stick of dynamite, because why not? With a fuse about that long, so probably about like a 5-second fuse, 6-second fuse, and then stick it in like a circle part, plug in the holes, so none of the gunpowder comes out, and just fucking chuck it.
Okay. I think to stock the boat, it'll probably cost the crew 1 coin.
We can come. I've got coin. It can come out of mine. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I would be like, "Ooh, I want to go buy more pretties," and I would just go and just stockpile like north of Grenham or something,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So we do a quick flashback where we see Biddy doing this like shopping, like, this is a nice explosive. Oh, this is a good
Fantastic.
one.
Like, have you ever watched Terminator where he goes in? I would like to look at that one, and he pulls down. And he's got like 12 guns in front of him, and he goes, and then I'm gonna take all of them, and shoots the guy and leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you shoot somebody to get this dynamite? Is that what you're saying?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know.
Fair. That's right.
I mean, are we here to do crime or are we here to do crime?
Right.
Okay. So you can mark the 1 coin, and let's do our hunt. Or you're choosing hunt?
I mean,
It's up to you.
I have more in skirmish, but I understand that hunt might be more aligned with what is going on, as I am not trying to fight a crowd of ice wall. I do not have anything in rec at all.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
We're
We're low level. It's fine.
working on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess hunt. That's all I have. I have 2 dots in hunt.
Okay.
Attack with precision, shooting from a distance. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
shooting.
Yeah. So because you got help from Dark Dust, this will be risky standard
Okay.
rather than risky reduced.
Okay.
And you can give it a roll.
Do I get a bonus dice or no?
You
Do I
can
get a bonus dice from him, or does he reduce from desperate to risky
He moved it from reduced to standard.
to standard?
Yeah.
Can I push myself for 1 more dice?
Yep.
Okay. I will take the 2 stress.
Okay.
Dress!
Did I get it? 5.
Yep.
5, hey!
That's pretty good.
All things considered, yeah.
All things considered.
So that means you get it, but there is a consequence.
Did I pull a hammy?
I think so. You toss out this barrel and it explodes and it just shatters. But it shatters in such a way that it explodes the ice outward and it makes this nice sort of like snowing effect, which is it's very nice in the moment.
Oh, that's nice. Until giant bits of it fall on us, right?
Well, not giant bits of ice, but you go through, you get the spark bug through past this, and the position that you end up in is desperate because as the snow begins to settle, you see ink has boarded the ship and is standing there ready looking at all of you, and they say there are demons amongst you and we're going to handle them today. At this point, Satara begins to hiss and whisper, and she says, "Call me to this world. Bring me here." And I think this is a good time to take a break.
Ooh.
Cool.
That's good, because for some reason half of my pack of Pepsi are flat.
Wow.
So I have like a flat rum and Coke right now.
All
I'm
right.
so sorry. Well, rum and Pepsi.
Rum and Pepsi.
We'll be back in like 10 or so minutes, depending on how long we take to get water, drinks, that kind of stuff. And we will see everyone in a bit. So
Just take those old records off the shelf. I still. Okay.
Oh, I was enjoying it.
You were having karaoke on break, y'all.
Yep.
All right. So, welcome back. We are going to continue our Blades in the Dark adventure. I just advanced the clock on opening an opening in Ink's defenses.
That's good.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Oh, good. Okay,
Yes.
good.
It's an opening in her defenses, in their defense.
Yeah. And
Good.
this was from the explosive barrel that Biddy just like hucked at this. And they just finished driving through the ice wall that they broke down, and they see Ink has boarded the ship. And Satara has begun whispering to the group, and all of you can hear it now. All of you are familiar enough with Satara that you can hear her, and she's saying, "Call me to this world."
Oh yeah, no, Darkness is like, all right, now it's a party.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. I'm a devil, so call me maybe.
Oh my god.
So,
What is happening?
no, so
I would-
he's got this tattoo, right,
Yes.
of this snake demon, and he's like, "What do I do? What do I do?"
As you are like calling and like hitting it, the snake tattoo begins to extend further. So previously it was just the head of the snake, and its body begins to extend down, and the ink moves around and twists. How strongly are you calling her? On a scale of 1, 2, or 3, essentially. Like,
On
are
a
you?
scale from like normalized to crazy, I will find you eyes kind of calling.
Yeah.
You know, so like I don't think he doesn't fully grasp what's going on. And so I'm gonna just say a 2. Just split it down the middle.
Okay, so I'm going to move your clock, a tattoo of a snake cursed and marked by Satara, up 3 points. 1 for summoning her, and then 2 for sort of going halfways on that. So 2 more ticks, and that's going to manifest itself in whatever demonic ways she manifests.
Are we pro Satara on this boat?
I have no idea.
I'm just trying to get the lay of the land here.
I'm pro fucking up some shit, and if she fucks up some shit, then
That's
I'll
the
pro
thing,
her for
it's
this
like-
moment.
Last time we beat her up, but then she was like giving me a tattoo, so he's like, maybe she was kind of into it. So, and clearly, like, whoever this person is that just showed up on the boat is not on our side. So,
Wait, why didn't I get a tattoo? I beat the shit out of her.
It was on the
There was-
roll where we had the Demon Bane charm,
Right.
and that happened.
My
I-
booty was just too strong.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, you can accept Satara as well if you want. It's always an option.
who wouldn't? I mean, what? Like I said earlier, this is going to end up being like Satara's
The
henchman.
cult of Satara.
The cult of Satara, yeah.
Well, currently my booty belongs to only me, so
Fair.
All right. You begin to channel her in, and I would like to do a roll on this to see a little bit of the consequence. What action are you thinking for Dark Dust?
I mean, I don't. Maybe it's. Well, attune is spirits in the ghost field. Then
Yeah,
there-
she's a demon.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know enough about the. Neither I nor Dark Dust know enough about the difference.
Man.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I mean, command is okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you're
Okay.
commanding her into the world.
All right.
Is there a way I can assist?
There is. So the ways that you can assist are you could just flat out help. You'll take 1 stress, and that means Dark Dust will get to push themselves. or you could set it up somehow and give them increased effect.
Or you can just rip off the mask and just let everybody know that you're Satara right now.
It was I.
It was I, Satara, all along.
We're gonna Scooby Doo this shit. The janitor. Sorry.
Satara and Zatanna are very similar to me, and I'm loving the way that sounds to me. So I have this fine spirit mask, but spirits and demons are different things in this world. So
They are.
The spirit mask won't do a thing. Okay, that's fine. But I do have a little bit of command in me.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I could take a stress.
Yep.
Unless, because you said I could either take a stress to just flat out help, or there's something else I could do, and that was...
The other option is we can try and set it up for better success, and that would give increased effect or a better position, but we would roll for that. So it would be 2 rolls, 1 for each of you.
So could I try to command her forth? Or something? Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that would probably be under the assist still for 1 stress.
Sure, okay.
Setup might be
So
Oh, yep.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say setup might be something like you're going to prepare the area with electroplasmic energies for demon summoning or something. Like that.
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure, let's do that. I have
Okay.
I have ectoplasm vials.
Okay. Yep, we can use one of those.
Yeah. I'll do that then. That
Okay.
sounds good to me.
So the
Prepare for Satara's coming.
That's right. She's coming.
Stop.
Oh Lord, she's
Beckon
coming.
you forth.
Stop. I've had too much rum, and that is going south quick.
I may have had a few glasses of wine tonight because this bottle was. I opened it tonight.
I mean, this was filled to this much with rum, so let's,
I have to go easy tonight because I have band practice tomorrow, so I got to do a little
Band
singing.
practice.
Overrated.
Are you 16?
No, like a...
No, she's like a proper band. Like,
Oh, not march. Sorry, I have a 15-year-old, so when I hear band practice, I'm thinking marching band. Sorry.
no, she's super cool. Okay.
No, I have to go sing rock music tomorrow, so
All right.
that's all.
Okay.
I'm trying to sing to her. I'm trying to.
All right. So
let's do the attune roll for the electroplasmic vials.
Okay, cool.
And this is sort of to like consecrate the area for a demon to come through.
desecrate the area.
Desecrate. I was about to say
Desecrate.
the same thing, Kyle. Yes, we're desecrating this area
Do you need me to go take a shit in the
Alright.
middle of it?
for Satara. That's defecate. That's a different word.
I disapprove of everything that's going on here. Like, must
All right.
we just reflexively summon the demon?
Have you met me?
No.
I'm just over here going, do you just need me to poop on it?
No, it's
Oh,
not a physical demon.
So what's my position here, Corey? You tell me.
Risky standard.
Okay.
Yep.
And no bonus dice, correct?
Unless you want to push yourself.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
A 5.
Nice.
I'm cool with just rolling 5s for the rest of the night.
That would be nice.
His
We
name is
succeed, but we get bruised while we do it.
Yeah, and that's actually a good descriptor because as you were like using these vials and sort of like pushing and pulling these energies, you begin to take psychic bruises from the energies that you're trying to control. So you can take a level 1 harm of psychic bruise,
Okay.
and that's on the left side. There's the one, and you can just type in psychic
I mean,
bruise.
who among us doesn't already have this anyway? So
Whomst
I mean,
among us doesn't have psychic
Whomst-
bruises of their own?
Whomstatively among us.
I feel like I
Who's
need I need a t-shirt that says bruised psychically.
That's right.
Psychically.
Psychic Bruce.
We can only make so many t-shirts at a time.
Correct, yeah.
I'm still waiting for my Medicine Bear Murder Machine t-shirt.
Oh my god. What?
All right, I have psychic bruises, y'all.
Psychic
Okay.
bruises.
All right, so now I'm going to do my command
Yep.
to be like, Satara, get on out here. Come on.
And this will have
Get-
increased effect.
Get on out of here, you biscuit!
You biscuit! Yes! Get on out of here, you biscuit! Oh, you biscuit!
You
We
wanna
cannot
run
be
with the
trusted.
dog?
Nope.
All right, so this is risky or desperate?
Risky.
I don't think, yeah, because I knew it was not controlled.
Yep.
This has been like 3 minutes of game time, right? Like in game, it's been like 3 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're the worst.
So while just while go for it.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say the effect is now great or standard?
Great, because of the desecration.
Oh, oh yeah. Bonus dice. You know what? This is going to give me enough trouble as it is. I don't need to add more bonus dice to it and start taking extra whatever.
Yep.
Did
Oh
Nice.
man!
Ugh. Come on, baby.
All right. So
Give it to me.
you begin pulling Sitara into this world, and shadows begin to sort of break the ice off of your boat, and it begins to creep towards Ink. And you sort of feel Sitara come and take part of your mind space. She's like within you much more presently. She has yourself as a anchor into this world as you do this. And the increased effect here is that the shadows, these snake-like shadows, begin to pull at Ink. And I'm going to give you a free tick on Ink's clock.
did Banshee show that like her head was like hurting?
Did you?
Did she?
I probably just nope. I probably just tanked that.
Because I was just gonna go and try
I'm
to
used to
collect.
psychic bruises.
I was just gonna go and collect some of the snow and just like try to go and like put it on her head,
It's all good.
It's a nice little cold
Works.
pack.
just to try and be like, you know, bruises are bad.
Psychic bruising, not.
I like the snow. It's all good. We're good.
It's so just like trying to pack it on her head.
Just
Awesome.
it's a little snow crown.
Yep. You
Life
know, like
is good.
a kid would be like, I think my mom did this once. Just like packs it on her head.
So, yeah, no, Darkness is all about this right now. He's like, oh, yeah, help us out, baby.
Yeah, so going forward, these shadowy snakes are going to give you increased effect versus anything to do with ink. Which will probably give you enough to finish the clock in one hit, depending on what you do. At this point, Ink is kind of worried, and they start using their icy powers to push these snakes away. They're kind of concerned. What does the group do now?
Vinny's locked and loaded.
Right.
I
Get it.
believe I have talked about my sawed-off shotgun.
Yes.
I believe.
I'm just really happy
I
because
do believe.
we're on the boat.
We're on a
And
float.
all
Take
of my
a look at
equipment
me.
is like, oh, I got my flippy floppies. So I would
He's
like
just making copies.
to take a my sawed-off shotgun
Yeah.
and aim it right for her head. Or its head. Ink, their head.
Yeah.
Ink's head.
Yeah. Okay. Is this your scary weapon? On your-
No, actually, my scary weapon is my block of wood that when I twist the handle, nails come out of it.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, no,
This is my, let's see. That's my scary weapon. This would be my, I guess.
Is this your fine hand weapon?
I have like access to any weapon in the world.
Yes, you do.
I have an unusual weapon. I have a large weapon. I have a pistol or a second pistol.
You
It's
can
like, don't
choose.
forget, I can have one pistol, or I could use the other pistol. But no, my scary weapon is my giant like post
Yeah.
that it, and then I'll twist, and then whenever I twist, nails come out of it.
Yes.
So this, I guess, would be my. I don't know. Is it considered a pistol since it's a sawed-off?
You don't
Yeah.
have any
It could
other
be
things
an
to do?
unusual weapon.
Or yeah, unusual.
It's up to you. You can mark whichever one you want off.
I can mark it as a demolition tool. Yeah, sure. I'll mark it as an unusual weapon. I'll go ahead and click that on.
Okay, cool. All right.
And yeah,
You're gonna,
I would like.
Is this a skirmish that you're trying to?
Yeah. I mean, I could fire it and then run up and smack her in the head with it when it's
It
unloaded.
says close combat, so I mean, a shotgun is
Yep.
close combat.
Yeah.
It just close combat.
Yep. I think that makes sense. So let's do that roll.
Skirmish. Risky.
Yes.
Yeah, risky increased
Standard.
effect because of
Increase.
Sitara helping.
So that's limited, great, extreme, or zero. Great?
Great.
Okay. And I will. Fuck it, I'll push myself.
Woo. Yep. 4 dice.
I feel like this
When
is.
I
I
want
feel
to
like this is
give up,
important.
Push
It is.
myself. Whoa.
Nice. Sing to me, baby.
Oh, look at that 6, girl.
All right. So
Oh, I forgot I get like 7 dice. It's fine. I forgot that with skirmish I have like 4 dice. I'm just like, I'm gonna push myself.
awesome. So
Wow.
I've moved the clock to the end there, and you run up, and you're sort of like. You're sort of doing this sparring method with them, and Ink becomes overwhelmed, even with their icy powers that are sort of blocking and deflecting as much as they can. What's the intent with the shotgun? Is this sort of like to hurt, to get rid of them? What's...
Oh, I'm over it. I just assumed that I was just painting the deck.
Oh, I'm over it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
And-
you built a wall to try and stop my operation. You're trying to stop my coin. You're trying to hurt my friends. I'm over it. Your brains are about to be the new color on my deck.
What the hell is it?
I'm just gonna shout, waste her! Waste him!
Yeah. All
Get
right.
on out of here, you ink.
Get on out of here!
So
you
it's
idiot.
like, so I'm probably trying to get in the,
ink.
I probably get him with the butt of my weapon, and finally, when I get him in a good enough space, I essentially take my left hand and pull him back while taking the sawed-off shotgun and putting it right to their forehead and pulling it.
Oh,
Okay.
brutal.
So,
Fucked with the wrong crew.
We just murdered
Right.
someone.
Oh, you murdered
I
a ghost.
Does this cause trauma?
Oh,
I
wait,
don't
no,
think Ink is a ghost.
no, Ink's not a ghost. That's right.
No, Ink is a servant. I just want to take a moment here. I thought when I read that, like, I had a servant as an enemy, I pictured like a mousy handmaiden who was like gonna try to like poison me or like sell my information off. I didn't picture
Listen.
a demon hunter.
She's
I
a
don't
witch.
see any benefit of trying to keep this person alive, and I am a very simple-minded person. So it was, you poked me too much. You could have just left when I destroyed your
Yeah.
bullshit wall thing, but instead you kept coming at me. So I'm okay with this. This does not affect me.
Yep. All right. So what happens is as you do this, you get the shotgun into position, and Ink has this sort of terrified look on their face, and their entire body becomes crystallized in ice, as you fire the weapon, they basically get blasted back. So I'm going to give them a harm for their sheet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start we're going to start 2 clocks. And we can figure out them exactly. I'm going to have one as ink retreats. And I'm going to have one as ink is finished. Because you definitely have the opening and you successfully got it. But they have these extra defenses that they've put in place. Essentially the ring. So following up on this, you blast them, and in this moment of like crystallization, they go flying back. The ring pops off. The ring that they had sort of pops off their finger and goes onto the deck, and they begin scrambling to run away. What's the follow-up here?
Oh yeah, you better run.
Why do I have this imagination that Banshee suddenly just dives for the ring?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. I want that ring.
Yep.
Thank you for knowing me.
Biddy's probably just really disappointed with the fact that it didn't work. Or I'll just look back and go, 12, I'm sorry about your servant.
They are pretty injured from it. It wasn't like a small thing that happened to them.
Wait, 12 was the one that was telling me to do it, right? Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Okay, you're just gonna let them get away, essentially, or?
I mean, I'll look back and be like, do you want me to finish this or what?
We got a job to do.
They're
worry
gonna
about
jump
ink later.
over.
All right.
I do want to know what that ring is.
Okay. What do you do with it?
It seemed important in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you just take a look at it? Do you put it on?
The GM is asking you, so do you put it on?
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't I put it on?
Right? I love how this game encourages us to not be like, well, I'm gonna experiment carefully. It's like, no, I put this shit on.
I'll put my fine spirit mask on and take a look at it.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll try that.
Yep. So, right. I kind of thought you might get the ring, but I was like, Ink is pretty good. They'll manage. It's fine. So you put it on, and at first it sort of has this chill to it. It feels cold on your hand. And you sort of hear this very faint voice far away. You can't make out what it's saying.
Uh-huh.
I have a question about Banshee.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And the question is, how's a good way to phrase this? Words are escaping me.
Words are hard.
How does
Paint a picture.
Banshee express their soul to the world? When is Banshee most in tune with everything?
Banshee is most in tune with things when she's in tune with the spirit world, I think. And much like the name, I think she expresses through voice a lot, and emotion through voice, and so probably lots of guttural screams and wails and that sort of nonsense. Does that answer
Okay.
your question? I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I'm thinking through it more because we're going into new stuff that we're figuring out sort of on the fly. And is this a happiness that they experience in this moment?
I guess it depends on what is happening. What she's experiencing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she hears these voices. Or a voice?
A single voice very far away.
Does it feel like something supernatural, like as a spirit?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's probably happiness. It's probably a good
Yeah.
thing for her.
Yeah.
She's probably having a positive reaction.
Yeah. So you can write down in your notes or add it to your inventory, however you want, the Ring of Winter.
Oh my god!
What is happening?
Wait, what world are we in again?
Yeah, where's Artist Climbers or whatever his name is?
A ring
All
of
right.
winter. Ooh,
How
so
do
does
I
that
add
mean we
this?
can make walls in front of our like enemies or people who are trying to stop us from doing shit?
Mm-hmm.
Lit.
Is this I'm just gonna put it in my notes right now.
Yeah, we can put it in notes and
Figure it out later.
Yeah. So this is player knowledge, not yet character knowledge.
Okay.
But to use the Ring of Winter in this setting, you have to express your soul in the fullest extent, which is why Ink had to
Banshee whales.
sing to get the ice.
Amazing.
Their heart is their song, so they had to do that to express their powers.
Yeah, there's a lot of that with Banshee, except it's less song and more just screaming.
I just imagine Banshee like screaming ice out.
Yes.
Just the angriest thing, just yelling and wailing and ice going everywhere.
I'm so ready.
So the thing we have to figure out is, I don't think our characters know quite yet that this is how the ring is used.
Sure.
If it comes up like that's how your character is, we'll use the powers. But it's sort of a thing we'll figure out as we go. Yeah. And Ink, off the other side of the boat, Sitara sort of lets out this hiss of contentment and begins to move back. And you continue on down your path. Is there anything that you want to do as you're going forward? Like, you're getting very close to your destination now.
I'm pretty happy with how this has gone down. That was a little bit more forceful than maybe he would have otherwise normally expected. But yeah. Hey, in fact, I'll ask 12s. Hey, how's the cargo holding up down there?
I don't know. How's it holding up? I'll look at it.
It's good. It's still fine. Your ship is pretty good.
Can I reload my shotgun?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just going around just checking the various weapons that I have around. I'm just like going over to the side of the plank and then all right, it's still there, and then like closing it.
Yep. All right. So you make it to your destination. You get to this sort of secret passageway, and Quellen? What did we call her? Quellen.
QLK Kelvin. Quake Melvin.
If you leave it up to Matt, it'll turn into the hootery chootery
Hoiter Toiters of
hoiter
Murgatroyd.
toiter something or other is what Matt would say. Let's just go with Kellen, I guess.
Kellen.
I don't know.
Okay.
QUE.
Jay Quellen?
I'm gonna say the witch.
That's fine. That works better. I actually like that better. It's a better.
So
aesthetic.
much better.
Yeah,
The witch.
that
The
was-
hootery tootery.
yeah.
So you get there, and the witch approaches you in sort of their underground part that the passageways have led to. You started offloading things, getting stuff ready, moving into place. And she says, "This is very valuable to us, and I appreciate the work. I'm very excited that we could do this."
I'm digging that voice.
Too.
I'm digging this
Ooh, that did
witch.
things to me. I'm just gonna.
Roll for lesbian witchcraft.
I succeed.
Listen. I did not play a ghost bard for nothing.
I didn't play a ghost part for there not to be a sexy voice bringing us out of the darkness. Okay.
That's right.
Awesome. You successfully drop off the stuff, and we, with that, can hop over to the post-score part where we count our payoff and do the wrap-up things, because there's actually quite a bit of wrap-up in Blades in the Dark.
Or you just say
No.
it's the afterglow.
Very nice.
Post score. I mean, come on now.
You said
that's right.
afterglow, and that is sexy
Hey.
times, for sure.
I'm hanging out with this witch, guys.
Right?
Folks.
No.
Can I come too? Can I come?
Okay, let's do a roll to see how much the witch is an ally of the party going forward.
Yeah?
Point out that I thought Val had left like half an hour ago and gone to bed, and as somebody said lesbian witchcraft, suddenly is back on the stream somehow.
Yep, she's the greatest.
Oh my god, she is! And she
We
just
did
knows,
summon
dude.
her. Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
you have no idea. Like, there have been times where I say something in Discord and I know that she's asleep, and then she's like, "We're here." I'm like, "What?"
This is how you summon me.
So good.
This is why she's so great.
This is a power we must not abuse.
Yeah,
Right.
she's powerful.
Have you met me?
I was like, have you met us? Like, come
Not
on.
us. We will abuse this power.
So we're rolling.
Absolutely.
So we're rolling to, because I want to contribute. We're rolling to see how much of an ally the witch is.
Yeah, I am imagining, so we can put some stuff behind the veil in this case if we want there to be like a romantic relationship that you're developing with the witch.
Are we bedfellows in more than one sense?
Hey, I'm just over here going. Can I,
Oh, okay. Oh.
Can I watch?
just eating a sandwich in the corner? What is this? Listen. I want to be the frosting in the Oreo or nothing else.
What is happening?
Dan's gonna kick us off of his channel.
Yeah, he's coming. Papa Bear's coming down the pipe.
This is how we summon Dan.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard there was inappropriateness. Stop it now.
Wait. It's time for ravaging.
No, common redirect.
I just wanna dunk this cookie in the milk and I'm ready to go.
If it's of a romantic nature, I don't feel like I should be contributing because that feels weird. So I'm gonna back off of that.
It's just all four of us.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Tara.
I have a fine bottle of whiskey that I would like to give to the witch as a gift.
Oh.
I have a fine, strong body that I would like to give to.
Nope.
I have emotion that I express through my voice.
Ooh. My body is ready. I'm reading the comments, fetching my chaise lounge to swoon.
Gotta
Let's-
get that fainting chair.
I'm getting the vapors.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a bottle of whiskey.
I think this is a
Great.
group action that we can try out.
Cool.
And it's not
I have sway.
Yeah. Remember,
If we want to talk in terms of mechanics, I have
there's a
sway.
wheel here.
yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a sway.
Yeah, so for a group action, we will all roll the same action for anyone who participates, and the leader is going to take stress based off of how many people fail, essentially.
Oh no.
Cool.
And it's only one stress
volunteered
per
to take
failure.
stress.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yep.
Who wants to take stress? I'm fine with taking stress.
I think it's Biddy.
All right,
I'm
sounds
not
good.
taking
Biddy will take the stress.
Yes, she will.
Yeah, she will.
I've got these nice psychic bruises.
You're fine. I had 6 stress at the end of the last one.
Hey,
I didn't say I was
I only-
complaining.
I
said
only have
nice.
4. I only have 4 stress, so I am willing to take the
I
stress.
could take it. I could take the stress.
I crashed an elevator.
She could take the stress.
Yeah, I could take the stress. I think I've got the lowest stress right now. I'll just take it. I got this.
Can we half the stress?
You
Can we
can't.
both?
You have to choose a leader to lead, essentially.
Rock, paper, scissors? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ah!
You take the stress.
All right, so the 3 of you, is Dark Dust assisting in this at all?
I don't think he. I don't think he is. I just don't think it works narratively.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you 3 can roll your sway rolls. This will be controlled standard.
I love how it's called sway.
3?
Is this a long-term project?
Well,
Was I one of the 3, or was
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 of you. Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't have any sway.
That's okay.
No, you don't.
I have consort.
I think we're on sway for this one.
Yeah.
You don't want
Play
consort.
with me now.
Is it risky?
I mean,
Controlled.
If you mouse over
Controlled.
Way, you'll see the difference.
And
Yeah.
standard, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And no bonus dice?
I don't think so unless people want to push themselves, but
I'll push myself.
I'll
Okay.
push myself.
okay.
I'm gonna push myself. Okay, I gotta
Oh
stop.
my gosh, this is going so bad.
Oh.
I have a 4. Biddy has a 4.
Wait, Biddy has a 4?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got 1. I think pushing myself is what gave me the 1 dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Gotcha at a
0 sway,
disadvantage.
so I had to take stress for that.
So the group action will take the highest number out of all of the rolls, which is only a 4 in this case, so not the best, but you still get a success at cost.
So what you're saying is I succeeded, but I got bruised.
More psychic bruises.
You've begun to
Add some
develop
physical bruises.
this flirty relationship with the witch. Yeah.
Lesbian witch coven.
I mean, what coven isn't lesbian? Let's face it.
I mean, that's
I mean, it's like almost
Isn't that
part
the
of
point?
And for
Absolutely a coven.
there was 1 failed roll, so there's 1 stress to Banshee.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
12 isn't good with women. he's a very tall gay man.
Awesome. So I'm going to point everyone to the rules downtime sheet.
Okay,
I recommend
okay.
opening that up.
The rules downtime sheet. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to open this up on the stream as well so that people can follow along.
Oh, now I can safely indulge because I have 6 stress.
Yes. As a group, we're going to go through this sheet and go through different parts. So first is payoff. The crew earns 2 rep per score by default.
Are you
Yeah.
writing this down or am I?
We'll add it to the crew sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, does someone want to be the person who controls the crew sheet for this? And
I'm writing down. We have 2 rep.
okay,
I can add it on the. You mean in roll 20 on the crew
Yeah,
sheet?
in roll
Yeah.
20, you pull up the first sheet. It's
I've
right
got
there.
it up.
okay,
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
awesome. You get extra rep depending on the tier. That doesn't apply to this case because Ink wasn't the target in this. You earn coin based on the reward, the nature of the operation. So I think this is 6 coin, a standard score.
Ooh. 6 coin?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
we
I
can
add 6 to the.
we can add however much we want to the crew, but your characters can also split it up.
Well, I'm broke because I bought all of our boom stuff.
We could do 2 to the crew and then 1 coin to each of us. That splits it up even.
That's true. Yeah. I think we're doing pretty good in crew coin, aren't we?
We have 2 crew coin right now.
Oh.
Oh, did we have to spend a crew coin earlier? Did somebody track that?
I took it.
Oh, you took it. That's right.
I spent
Personally
my
took
coin to get weapons because I figured I just went on a shopping spree for goodies.
Where is the coin section in here? In our
Uh,
playbook?
it's
It's above special ability, just right below your healing, next to your harm. Kind of like in
Oh,
the
there it is.
So we have full coin. Does that mean we're rich as shit?
you're
As a
pretty
crew?
rich.
Nice.
We're still a... Dude, the spark bug is going to get some upgrades. We're going to get
The
some
Spark
cannon.
Bug, is that the name of the ship?
It is.
Apparently.
Because we designed it after Firefly, but we couldn't name it Firefly or Serenity, so we named it Sparkbug.
Amazing.
Listen, I have a fine lightning hook, so.
Yeah, it's Sparkbug.
Fair.
Awesome. So the next part is heat, and this is where we'll ask some questions. After a score or conflict with an opponent, the crew takes heat. Add 1 heat for a high-profile or well-connected target. I don't think that was the case. It was just a normal. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
well, we started out shitty. Does that bring heat on us?
It
Wait,
will.
didn't we?
It will. I think it's one of the subsequent questions.
Yeah.
But I think that ink being a servant means that on this particular question, it's not a thing.
Yeah. If you were like, I'm gonna go mess up the king, then we would add heat for that.
Okay. What about confronting the blue coats?
They're not high profile.
Okay.
They're criminals that
Gotcha.
mask themselves with the law, pretty much.
Well, now I want to go mess up the king.
So real life. Okay, yeah.
Add 1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf.
I think it was in a public place, like in the canals where everybody could see, and maybe
Yeah.
that's the part about the blue coats. So I think so.
Yeah, I think that applies. So that's 1 extra heat.
That's where the blue coats come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're adding 1 heat so far.
Yep. Add 1
Gotcha.
heat if you're at war. You're not at war yet.
Yet.
I like it. That's not Chekhov's gun at all.
The thing is, Ink did escape, and when we play, if we were playing this game as like a long campaign, we would have a faction game that we do, and so I'll maybe go do the faction sheet just for fun, but I'm gonna give Ink a faction, and I'm gonna give Sitara a faction, and I'm gonna make it so that you are aggressive to Ink, but friendly with Sitara, and add those in. If you push it from aggressive to the 2nd level and then to the 3rd level, you go at war with them, and Ink will have an uprising against you, essentially.
Oh boy.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Ink, come visit me anytime.
So the other arm?
Because it's got the ink.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Cool.
It's just the mic covers it, so there we go.
Add 2 heat if a killing was involved.
Does attempted murder count?
Yeah, it's just like...
No, because she's still alive.
The one question I do have is, at the beginning, was the ghost so terrifying that someone may have had a heart attack?
I hope so.
You know, maybe.
Is that it's a thing we
Who
can
would have the heart-
consider.
But who would have had the heart attack? Like, who is the one?
Would have
that
been a
died?
blue coat.
A blue
The
coat.
really old one.
Yeah, the old blue coat that just sort of comes to these things.
It was their last day before retirement. Okay, everybody, dance here. So
Yeah, no more talking about the cream filling of the
all the
Oreos.
things, yeah. So,
we'll say that there was no killing involved. Ink didn't die, so I think that's the significant thing.
Okay.
And then we have our chart with the sort of kind of the situation. I think this is loud and chaotic, high exposure.
Yeah, we both
Yes,
looked at-
yes, yes,
Yeah.
it was.
We were
Yeah.
very
I don't know
exposed.
what you're looking at, but that is absolutely true.
Yeah, so that's 4 heat onto the crew.
I don't know. but that
Four
sounds like a
heat.
lot.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
My
no,
God, we're
Everything's
getting
fine.
into dangerous temperatures, y'all.
Flying into the danger zone.
That's right.
Line to the danger zone. Danger zone.
Lana.
Hmm?
Lana.
Ah.
Lana.
Ah.
All right. The next part is the
Thank you, Lana.
engagement roll. So I'm just going to roll that from the crew really quick. Oh, that's weird. So this is the one roll of the game that you want to be really low.
Okay. Oh no, and you just rolled it.
I rolled 2
And
sixes.
it's 2 6s.
Oh,
Why would you do
no!
this to me, Corey?
this? What
What
is
is
this?
So
Corey!
We have like so many entangles. We're
We're
in bed with
entangled, all
everybody.
right.
However, let
Oh,
me just
shit.
say it because everyone else is thinking it. We had it
Yeah,
coming.
right. We
We had
did.
it coming. After everything that we just did, we had
Yeah.
it coming.
We only have
We had it
ourselves.
coming.
We only have
We
ourselves. to
had
blame.
it coming.
Yeah. I mean,
we
really.
only
all
had
Summon a-
ourselves to
ourselves to
blame.
So I'm gonna go shoot a person in the face, like piss off the blue coats. Like, hey,
That's right.
And you would have done the same.
That's right.
I'm so
what is-
confused at this point.
So this
We're
is
singing Chicago, Kyle.
Show of
Get
force.
on board. This is
that it?
karaoke night. It is no longer Blades in the Dark. It's just
We're switching.
intertwining
switch
our souls
categories.
for music.
All right.
Okay, so what does 6 entanglement do for us?
What did
What
2
happened?
6s of entanglement do to us?
So the entanglement is what we do after to find out what kind of consequences there are from maybe people that like saw what happened or whatever. And there's a nice chart here that says on heat 6 or plus we rolled a 6. So
Oh no.
I'm ready.
this is an arrest.
We're getting arrested,
Wait, what?
guys!
I thought we had heat 4 or 5, and we rolled a 6, so it's a show of force.
No, but
Oh.
by now we are actually up at what
Yeah,
is
what's
this?
the heat
We're at
right now?
Listen.
We're at
After
heat
this
of 6.
episode, why
Oh.
not throw in some bondage?
Oh, and then we rolled it. So we are at a heat of 6. We rolled
Yeah.
a 6, and we're getting arrested.
And
Wait,
arrested.
wait,
I'll get-
wait.
or one person
How
gets
many
taken.
people does it take to arrest Biddy? I need to know this right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm just reading this part over.
So we could pay them off with a coin
Yep.
We
equal
have
to our.
to pick who gets arrested.
So I'll read it out for the audience. An inspector presents a case file of evidence to a magistrate to begin prosecution of the crew. The Bluecoats send a detail to arrest you. Pay them off with coin, wanted level +3, so wanted level is 0 right now, so it could be 3 coin.
We have it.
You can hand someone over for arrest. This will clear your heat. Or you can try to evade capture.
So what is the two things?
Yep.
What is the consequence of arrest? I mean, that character is basically out of it.
So I haven't dug into arrest because it's one of the longer things, but your character has to go through these sequences, and the next time we would play, we would basically do a time skip, or they can switch to another character. There's a bunch of options.
Okay.
But you
And,
would
and the evade. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you would go to jail essentially.
Right.
He doesn't have to be he. Let's just stick to gender
said-
neutral pronouns.
I thought he said you. I thought he said you.
I can't
Well,
remember.
You is to every. Oh, okay, I heard he.
Yeah, 'cause
Listen,
I was-
we can either pay the
Fine.
coin, or Biddy's gonna give herself up right now.
I mean, honestly, I was thinking about it for Dark Dust as well.
Well, Dark Dust has actual power. Biddy is just a blunt instrument. So
Dark
Can
Dust is
Tara get him out of jail?
We could go down that path. I have something ready if we want to see it.
Did you see the face that he just made, y'all? That was not the innocent child that we all thought Corey was. And now he's dead.
wait a
Now-
second. You thought Corey was an innocent child?
I'm
It's
the
all
youngest
relative.
here.
Okay,
Listen,
yes, he is.
Are we going to send Dark Dust to jail?
or Biddy to jail.
I mean, but if you want to go, then Dark Dust is going to come get you out.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we don't have to do.
Okay.
Biddy
Biddy will go. Listen here.
They got my friend.
Oh
Alrighty.
God. Oh man, you guys caught me. Oh no. I guess I'll go to prison.
Oh,
That's what it's
Biddy.
like, too.
12's
With
gladly just is like, yep, oh, dude.
No, and Dark Dust is already like, all right, who do I have to stab?
All right.
You do have a blue coat friend.
I do. I've got a blue coat. There are some. Man, now all we have to do is get back. What's her name? Ghostface Killer, whatever her name was.
Yeah.
Ghostface.
Yep.
Yeah, Ghostface.
Because
In
we
between.
decided that pale face was not a good.
Not a good look.
Not a good look.
To be clear, for anybody watching, the player in question literally had no clue. Like, had
Yeah.
never heard
Yeah.
before.
We didn't realize.
We're just like, we were just gonna go with it too.
And as soon as we explained, she's like, "Oh!" Like, so it was never. It was out of pure not knowing, and it's all fixed now. So,
Yeah.
point being, between Ghostface and Banshee and 12s and Dark Dust, we are definitely busting Biddy out.
Yeah, I feel like Biddy is just like, oh, what is it like? Oh, you've got the mastermind. Oh, it's all me. And just looks back and just like winks at them. Oh man, I was coming up with all of these plans.
What is the...
Dumbest person
Oh.
on the planet.
Look at Dwarf Cricket in chat. That's the fucking perfect.
What's the
Oh,
thing...
Daddy, it's fine.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like this.
Oh my god. Oh,
So good.
you guys
Um,
don't know, but my kink is getting arrested.
What's the thing that
Never gonna
they...
let us be on this channel again.
We're so done.
What's the
It's been
thing
nice playing
that
with
they prosecute the group for? Or Biddy? What is the prosecution?
I mean,
You either would probably either have to think that she's the one who summoned the ghost, or the
Yeah.
explosives.
yeah,
Or
she's
the attempted murder
The attempted murder and the explosives
in
are
a
probably
public area.
like, you set off explosives in the canal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what else to need, honestly.
Yeah. And attempted murder in the public space is usually frowned upon.
Yes.
You know,
Listen,
sometimes.
Your Honor, it was totally self-defense.
That's right.
I mean, it
I mean,
actually was.
Actually was. That's the thing.
So, I'm gonna...
Yeah, but they don't
I'll
care.
get off.
It's not that it was that you scuffled in the public domain. You're not supposed to do that. So they're gonna try to pin it to you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that Alexis is the only one that.
I literally didn't hear it. Okay.
I said, "Don't worry, I'll get off."
Oh my god.
PR. After dark.
This is literally. We should be the after dark portion of this.
I mean, I really feel
Blades in the
like
dark, so.
I really feel like sometimes VR needs an after dark for
They
just
do, and it should just be us.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be this.
And Corey going, guys, why can't we just be
Yeah.
appropriate?
Corey's face has turned the red at the top of the ampersand.
Yes, he has. He is.
His
He's trying to.
background behind Alexis.
He is the
Red
Roy
is my
of the Roy G.
eyeshadow.
Biv colors. Corey, we
Okay.
love torturing you. We love you.
Oh, I
right.
enjoy it.
I think Corey enjoys this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he does too.
I enjoy
Corey
the
is
story.
pure and wholesome.
We're just trying to taint
He only
his
plays
perfection,
wholesome.
young and
What did you say?
Corey only plays wholesome, guys.
No, I didn't mean you. I meant the other Alex.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
What did you say?
It's okay. We'll keep going.
we're
Okay.
just trying to taint him.
So what I want to do is this arrest happens and this event, this rather public event goes on where you had an encounter with Ink, and I want to advance the clock for rumors spread about Biddy because I think that contributes to the arrest a bit.
Wait, is this like a witch trial? Like, is this like they're trying to find? Is this a witch hunt?
It's
I
a
think
demon
it's all-
hunt.
Kill
I couldn't
someone.
remember the word hunt for some reason.
I think it's more kangaroo court, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kangaroo
Yeah.
court? What is kangaroo court? Explain. Is this bouncy?
Explain.
It's about
Because
Explain.
it's a society ran by criminals, so there's no actual concept of justice. It's all for show, right? At least in my mind. It doesn't matter that you tried to murder someone. It matters that you did it in the public space and spooked the locals.
So it doesn't matter
So
that I
they're
tried to.
making an example of you.
It
against
doesn't
the
matter that I tried to
authority, as
murder
it were.
somebody. It just mattered that it was visible.
It's
Yeah.
it's a court that's not really trying to be ethical or
Right.
necessarily even legal. Just
It has to enforce its own authorities.
Not, just like the real ones.
So, we lose
I
all our
mean-
heat, correct? Because
Yes.
we allowed an arrest to happen.
Yeah.
So this clears. Cool.
And as you get arrested and when you go to jail, everyone thinks that you are flat out a demon walking this city.
Oh, that is fantastic. I am 100% for this. If anything, I would just try to scare people more.
Yep.
I'm not a smart person. And if something is going to lead to me being even more badass in my cred, I'm just going to lean into it because I don't give a fuck.
Yep. I think that makes perfect sense.
Oh,
I'll
look,
probably be like,
they made Biddy empty her pockets when she was admitted into the prison. She's completely out of fucks to give.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Do I have like any type of like Alka-Seltzer like equivalent where I can bite down on it and like foam at the mouth, like
Yes.
freak people out?
Yeah. Yeah. That happens.
I wanna Bilbo Baggins this when he's like reaching for the ring.
Oh
All right. So what I want to also suggest is to successfully use Satara to get Biddy out of jail.
are we doing that now?
I think we've got just enough time to
Okay.
do the broad view of it because this happens pretty
Ooh.
quick.
All right.
We're gonna get Biddy out of jail. I'm ready.
Yeah. So I want to mark the last two parts of the clock, a tattoo of a snake cursed and marked by Satara, if you do this.
You know what? I think that that's the right way to go.
Okay.
I mean, if he's commanding forth this demon queen or whatever she is to
Plays in the dark.
to get his friend out of imprisonment, then that's what happens.
Yeah. All right. So we have an incarceration roll to make. Is
An incarceration roll?
yeah.
Is it?
Wow.
Do I make that or do they make that?
I think the crew makes it, so I'm just gonna try and find it because I haven't done this before.
Aw, guys, I'm touched.
This is so much more involved than Dungeon World, which is another PBTA game, but
Yeah.
this is way more. There's way more moving parts here.
Okay.
Way for moving parts. I'm sorry, I heard booby parts, and I think it's got
Moving
something to do with the
parts.
fact that stinking
You-
dwarf cricket just says there's a booby bounce house in the museum of sex in New York City, and I'm really confused right now.
All right, I'm going to do this roll. So it's based off of the tier of the crew, which is 0. So you have 0 dice. I don't think you can push it or anything. I think it just happens. Okay. So we're going to see the large narrative picture of Biddy gets arrested. Dark Dust comes in with Sitara to sort of rescue them. And
Am I even more beat up by this point?
So that's the thing. The rescue goes horribly wrong.
Oh
What?
no! This is. Do I die?
You don't die, but you're going to take a trauma from this.
Oh no! She was so carefree.
Yeah. When
That
you
is
fail,
a way that you could
yeah.
describe Biddy.
She's just so open, you know?
And you can take a look at the 8 traumas that are beside and choose one out of them that you feel like develops your character in a good way.
Oh
The
my
old 8
I want to
traumas.
say. Oh man. I don't feel like paranoid would be a thing.
Vicious, reckless.
I like reckless, unstable, or vicious are like the 3 that
I think
Yeah,
she's
those are the
either
those are the ones. that
unstable
come-
or vicious. Just sounds right to me.
I feel like she just like. How long was she on the inside?
I think it was a relatively quick escape, maybe a couple like days or weeks, but it was the escape with Sitara that was so like bad. It basically went wrong in every way it could.
How many
Being
people?
on the inside changes you.
Yeah. Damn, prison's changed you.
3 days.
I think it was Dark Dust showing up with literally. You could just see demon snakes swirling around him as he's busting her out.
Yeah.
Might have made her a little bit unstable.
Let's. How about
that's
this?
what-
Let's call it a couple weeks.
Yep.
Took you guys some time to plan. It's not exactly the nicest person on the planet. It's run by criminals and filled with criminals.
Yep.
She probably at first was like, listen, I'll beat you to the point where you can you'll just sleep for a little bit. And then it got to a point where, well, now I'm going to have to kill you. So she's a little vicious. And then getting out, she just probably just started killing some people on the way out.
Yeah, and
It was just better to put people in the ground than to leave a villain.
and
First thing
emphasize.
I learned.
I think that if Joran, if my clock is all the way now on
Yeah.
this whole Satara thing. So if he went in, he was like just walking in like, I'm coming and hell's coming with me, and that's got to have like left a mark.
Yeah.
But I think she probably felt at home with that. So I think I'm gonna go with vicious. I feel like vicious.
Fair.
She's just gonna come. She was already like on the kind of teetering. So I feel like vicious now. She's just like, why even try? Just get rid of them. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Just fuck it. Move on.
Yeah. Awesome.
I am now vicious, indeed.
Okay. So with all of that, are there consequences back to Dark Dust for that, Corey?
Yeah, and what I want to do is I want to go through our experience, do that part, and I have a brief epilogue to show what that clock completing looks like.
All right.
So for the experience, we're all going to open up our character sheets and we can go around by person, and it says at the bottom what you get experience for, and we can have a quick discussion on those different pieces. Let's maybe start with Dark Dust.
Okay. So I marked the XP for the desperate action.
Yep.
So did I address a challenge with stealth or evasion? I no. I mean, this was like the anti-stealth and evasion mission. Did I express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? Yes, and I'm going to say several times because his heritage is sailors and pirates, and his background is labor, sailor, and bodyguard.
Yep.
So I think that's 2.
Yep, I agree.
And then did I struggle with issues from my vice or traumas during the session? My vice is drinks too much, and that didn't really come up yet, so I don't think so.
Yep. I think that makes sense. Is anyone else ready to do their experience?
I don't know how this goes.
We can go through it.
I'm ready.
Okay. Let's do Matt then.
You addressed a challenge with calculation or conspiracy. I don't believe I did. I did gathering or something, and that was about it. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Didn't really come up. And you struggle with issues for your vice or traumas. Nope, no traumas, and my vice is luxury, so not really all that important.
Cool. And do we want to do Banshees next, and we can sort of go through how that works?
Sure, let's do that.
Cool. So do you see the part where it says Mark XP?
I see it, yeah.
Cool. So we ask each of these questions, and if it happened once, we'll mark 1 XP. You can put it in the little banners that you see, and it can go on your playbook, or you can put it by your stats if you want.
Okay.
And if it happens multiple times, you get 2 XP. Yeah, so do you want to read off the first one?
Sure. So, apart from the desperate action. So the first one is you addressed a challenge with knowledge or arcane power.
Hell yeah!
I summoned and compelled a ghost. So does that count?
Yes.
And then does the ectoplasm stuff, does that also count?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's multiple. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So is that 2 then? Is that how that works?
Yep.
Cool. All right. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
What is your heritage and background up top?
So we...
Like mine says Tycheros, sailors, and pirates.
I made the heritage optional, so some people don't have it. But your background is academic, right?
It is.
Did any of that come up?
I don't know if you count the knowledge of how to summon a ghost, but I don't know what you think on that. I'm okay either way.
Yeah, I think since you got experience for it already, we can hop to the next
fine.
one. Yep.
So the next one would be you struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. My vice is weird.
Mm-hmm.
What's your
I got
vice?
all kinds of weird. I got that ring and summoned that really nasty thing.
I think
what's
because...
the vice?
Yeah, tell us about your vice.
Tell us about your weird vice. I want to know about this.
So, the way that Banshee really gets a more intimate attunement with the spirit world is she has some connections. She goes to certain people and places, and she, in a very controlled manner, dies.
She's a flatliner.
Yeah.
Okay, that is not where I thought this story was going.
Yeah, when you said
all.
weird, and then you were looking all uncomfortable, I was like, listen.
I'm not uncomfortable.
She's like, I go to very discreet places and I fuck ghosts. Which how I thought this sentence was going to end. And I was like,
No, she dies. She has died multiple times.
so she's a flatliner.
Yeah.
That's lit. I like it.
Cool. I don't think that came up because your character didn't die.
I didn't die or get
Yeah.
anywhere close, so.
But that's okay. And now...
So I have my 2 XP then.
Yes. Yep.
Cool, because I have no traumas currently.
Yep. And now we can hop over to biddies.
Yeah, Biddy.
Sup.
Do you want to walk us through your experience? Things?
Let's see. Every time you roll a desperate action, mark an XP.
I think we... Did we
I
do
roll?
that? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we were marking as we went.
Yeah.
We rolled a desperate action. Did I roll one? Hold on. I can go back.
This is true. The benefit of roll 20.
That's controlled. Risky.
No, actually, you didn't.
I
have
didn't.
a roll.
Other people rolled desperate actions, but because
You got help. on
I
the
got
boat.
help, it wasn't risky. So I did not.
Yep.
Okay. So that's not a thing. You dress a challenge with violence or coercion?
I mean,
I address every challenge with violence coercion.
I think you did. Personally, I think you did it more than once.
I did it twice.
Yeah.
Because I blew up a wall.
Yep.
Hashtag blow up the wall.
Yeah.
And I shot somebody in the head.
That's
Yeah.
those are things you
And
did.
let's not forget the busting out of jail part. And
Busting
killing
out of jail.
people
And
to
killing a
the point
lot
that
of
you
people.
become
So
that you now have trauma from it.
Vicious Biddy.
you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Nobody fucks with my crew.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's one
plain
there.
and simple. You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. Did I struggle with
The vice, because
Yeah.
we had the entanglement roll,
right.
which started the clock.
Yeah.
So I think that's one there too.
So I'm up to 5.
Yep.
Is that 5 XP?
Yep. And you can put those in your playbook or on your stats, wherever you want.
So I'll put them in my playbook so that I am, because once I fill the playbook, I can take on another feat.
Yep.
Because I want to take on Savage.
Yep.
I feel like it works, and so that leaves me with 3 XP,
Yep.
which I will. I'm just gonna throw them in the prowess to try and work towards getting some more rec. So I'm one
Sounds
away
good.
from that.
Cool.
Cool. So that is. Yeah, so now I have not to be trifled with, and now I also have Savage, which means when you unleash physical violence, it's especially frightening when you command a frightened target to take a 1d plus 1d.
Sweet.
I'm Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's that. The last part is the crew one. So we'll add experience to the crew. Did you execute a successful smuggling or acquire new clients or contraband sources?
Hell to the yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I think twice.
Alexis, are you marking those?
I can mark them, yeah.
Okay.
So we had 2?
Yep,
Cool.
I mean, we definitely gained an ally.
you did.
yeah, that's right.
Light some sage and let the beach.
Let the good times roll.
Yep. Let the good
Autumn
times
leaves
roll.
fall out the fall outside the window.
Cut the black.
Contend with challenges above your current situation.
Yeah, you said
Did
that. Was-
Yeah.
Ink
Yeah.
is a tier above. I think that's
Apparently.
yeah.
Ink went and got some upgrades when they left.
That's
Well,
one, yes.
They don't have the Ring of Winter anymore, which is like
Not anymore.
a huge
Huge ding
upset.
to their. No.
So 1
regrets.
XP for that.
Yep.
Cool.
So we're up to 2,
That's a 3 so far
3.
that
Okay.
I've added. Yeah.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
I mean, we had the cops show up, and we did all this in public. I don't know how we did both. Like,
Well, I would say that Alex would say, not Biddy, because Biddy's not smart, that we handled a very stressful situation and still delivered a product. So, though we had some heat on
Yeah.
us, we still finished our job, letting everybody know that it doesn't matter what situation stands in our way, they will get whatever they've ordered.
Yep.
So
Cool
I would
cool under pressure or reliable or something. Yeah.
under pressure.
I would suggest that, in addition to that, the subsequent challenge, or whatever we want to call it, of getting is it a challenge? Getting Biddy out of jail, like that would affect our reputation too, right? I don't know how that, or if that's not the same thing.
Not if everybody who knew about it was dead.
I think we gave XP to Biddy for that. So
Okay.
that's where I want to count that.
All right, fair.
But we would still be at 4 because of the fact that
Yeah.
we still succeeded
Yeah, so you got
despite our things.
yeah. And then lastly, express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I mean,
Lesbian witchcraft?
and smugglers and drink, not just smugglers, smuggling moonshine.
That and we have each other's backs. Like,
Yeah.
Biddy was like, "Don't worry, I'll take the fall because I know I can take I know I can take whatever in prison."
Yeah.
Though they didn't, but it's fine.
You came back vicious.
Just got a little bit more vicious. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's gonna happen from that. And we look after each other.
How could this possibly go wrong?
Fine.
I would give another XP for that, yep.
Okay, so we're at a total of 4.
5.
All right.
5? Because that happened twice, or
No, didn't we had
did we get anything from bolster crew or
Yeah.
crew's
Yes,
reputation?
one
Yes.
there.
Okay, cool.
All
All right. Yep.
We need one
That was
more.
a total of 5. We're 1 away. Yeah.
Oh,
We
well.
can figure out downtime actions because I think you can train your crew in those,
Cool.
which would advance it. But that's the experience section. I want to do the quick epilogue where we see some of the follow-up, and
Ooh,
then we
I'm
can do our sign-offs.
Okay.
We've seen Biddy come back from jail, and they are just vicious now. Just changed in the weeks that they were there. We see, going forward, I think we start to see a little bit of Banshee and the Ring, and we start to see some of those icy powers manifest. But you also start to hear voices that are telling you to do these evil things. And that's where we'll start that. But the big thing that happens is with Dark Dust, I think. And one night, he becomes violently ill. Very sick. You're heaving into the toilet. You're sick. You're in and out of consciousness. And the last thing that you remember is you see someone who looks almost exactly like yourself get up and walk out of the room. And the rest of the crew thinks that Dark Dust has actually left. You see the sort of shadow of them get out and leave and go off into the city. But you eventually see Dark Dust is still here. He's in the bathroom having a terrible night. And
Did his soul fucking leave him?
Sitara stole a copy of his body and has left into the city.
Oh man. Oh man.
How you doing over there, Dark Dust?
Oh
dude.
man. That's so much worse.
Oh no.
Is it though?
I mean,
Is it,
somebody's
though?
going to be doing some abhorrent crimes with your face.
Or
somebody's going to be doing even worse crimes with your face.
I'm doing worse crimes, and somebody sees them.
I mean, how do we even know he's the
It
real
works both
Dark
ways.
Dust anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah. Is he the copy?
Also, do we care?
yeah. So let's be clear.
Biddy
Dwarf
doesn't.
right. Dark Dust is probably like terrified, upset, disgusted, sick, the whole thing. Kyle thinks this is awesome.
Yep. Dwarf
Alex is
Dwarf
going,
Quickard is
"This
correct.
is awful. Biddy is going, whatever.
This is
I'm
why
intrigued.
this
This
is
is
why
annihilation.
Sitara never had an actual body before, because she was trying to acquire one.
Yeah. Makes
So
sense.
now she's got one.
I'm so glad that we can do something nice for Demon Queens out on their luck. That's really sweet.
Yeah, that's so
Right.
good. We're giving them a home.
Charity, really.
So that
Do
she
what
can
the-
continue to slay in the dark.
Just
Exactly.
we're
What is
really putting our bodies and souls into this.
Serpentine demon from the jealous unknown. Just walking
Perfect.
about.
You know,
A
talking
boot.
about a boot.
Boot.
All right.
Oh, sorry there.
Sorry about the Demon Queen walking a boot.
So Biddy is only vicious when she's in a fight, right? She's not just vicious 24/7.
I don't
It's
know.
up
Is
to
she?
you.
It's your trauma.
I would
That's a
say,
trauma.
I mean, she's still, like when she's,
Or is she
she's
just mean all the time now?
she's just no mercy Percy when it comes to some stuff.
Perfect.
When she gets into a fight, she's not going to leave you alive. But if she's not in a fight, she's totally fine.
Okay.
Cool. Let's do our wrap-ups now.
Yeah.
Who would like to start? Anyone in particular? Tell us about yourself, Twitter, things you're doing. How about we start with Dark Dust, or maybe Dark Dust?
Or am I?
Who are you really?
My name is Kyle. You can find me on Twitter as TechnoScald, as listed here. I also write a D&D and RPG in general blog at technoscald.me. And I am occasionally here on Variant Roles. In fact, next week, I'll be here on Saturday afternoon. So Dan will correct me if I have the scheduling wrong. For a couple of weeks of another level of Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Awesome.
Exciting.
Go ahead, Matt.
I am Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. My name is Matthew as well. What a coincidence. You could find me, I'm here a lot doing stuff. I'll be on Dungeon of the Mad Mage tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central. And I am the Dungeon Master for a show called The Ghost of the Machine on Twitch TV's Dice Priority.
Cool. Alexis, do you want to go next?
Sure. I am Alexis. You can find me at Vox Venato on the Twitters. And I am also a member of Dice Priority. I also am on Ghost of the Machine. I play Gilly. She is a cinnamon bun bard warlock, kind of is now maybe her own archfey patron thing. I don't know. It's crazy and it's chaos and I love it. And I also run I co-DM Dragon Heisters, which we recently started, which is on Tuesdays. So that's at 9:30 Central on Tuesdays. Check us out there. And I also I sit down and I do some artsy, craftsy things with some wine and occasionally with Matt on Alexis Attempts Arts. And that is on Dice Priority as well on Mondays and Fridays, for the most part. Still working out a schedule, but that's what that is.
Sweet. Alex?
Hey everybody, I am Alex Gaston. You can find me on Twitter at Crit Charisma. Not really having anything coming up on the streams anytime soon, unless Blades in the Dark decides to come back for another time next week. I do kind of showcase on Variant Roles every once in a while, whenever I can kind of get some time to peek in. Just, stop by the Twitterverse and see my weird whatever postings, my theories about how the Avengers are going to end. Might be starting a production company here pretty soon. That I've got a gig on the 26th to shoot some concerts, and we'll see how that goes. But outside of that, you'll just see me here being all makeup up. This is makeup for anybody who's tuning in and wondering if I'm in a very toxic situation. I am not. I just got my Amazon order in today, and it was makeup. I promise I'm okay. But stop on by, say hi. I always love it when somebody sends me a random GIF. And
This, however, is not makeup.
No, that is her true nature. I have volunteered to be her Archfey patron, but my application wasn't accepted.
This is not makeup either.
She's her own, patron now.
I am my own patron at the moment.
But that's fine. She's independent. She don't need no fae.
I'm my own fae.
She's her own fae. She got her own fae. She got her own money.
Awesome. My name is Corey Hickson. Twitter at the same spot. Thank you to all the players. I love your characters so much. It brings me so much joy to see them come to life. And
so much torture.
Yeah, it's good. I think we've got Invisible Sun next Saturday. I play Alice in that game. I don't think I won't be there tomorrow, but usually I'm in that. Otherwise, I'm also on variant roles for things. And I think that's it. So
Corey's on all the things.
All the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, everyone, and have a good night.